Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 88 of Miami Dolphins content. For all those y'all watch on Twitter, X, all that, Twitch, all that shit, come on over to YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit that notification bell when you catch us when we're on live. What is going on? This episode's title, the Miami Dolphins content, postseason analysis, discussion, and look ahead. What's going on, Bleezy?
What's up, bro? What's popping? Episode 88. We'll call it the Michael Irvin episode.
Oh, shit.
And
Didn't Gesicki wear 88 too?
Yeah, Gesicki did wear 88. Who's wearing 88? Who wore 88 this past year? I don't think anybody did they?
I don't know, but fuck Gesicki too, so.
But no, man. No, what's up, CT? You know, I think I just been sitting back. It's kind of a recovery, state of mind for the Dolphins fan right now. And I've been watching. I was on earlier in the Phins tailgate, kicking it with Shake Money and some other people. I think everybody's just trying to process everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of overreactions.
Right.
I was on Big Phillies last night, Color and a bunch of the boys, we were all chopping it up. But man, I mean, there are some valid criticisms. There are some issues that obviously need to be addressed. And we'll hop into those. But it really comes down to, again, it's still fresh, and on top of that, we're trying to look ahead to see what we can get done next year. But at the same time, we're hindered by the offseason. We got things to talk about and discuss, shit going on with contracts. We have injury concerns going into next year. Obviously, the teams that we're going to be playing, that was dropped yesterday. There's a lot of stuff to go over, talk about.
No, I was saying that earlier. This offseason is going to be really interesting, man. The Dolphins front office, Chris Greer, etc., they have their hands full this offseason, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it's frustrating. Again, you come out, you talk about, being $41 million over the cap. We've talked about it. You can let guys go like Xavier Howard, but it's only going to save you around $12 million, $14 million. You're still going to have dead cap money there. You could try to – the only way you're getting Ogba off the books is by trading Ogba. You got a crap ton of shit like that. My bad. Lost my train of thought.
No, you were just talking about what's on the books and what's going to be off the books.
I was over on Big Philly's show. Shout out to him, Miami Fan Talk Network. Yeah. But he was doing some of the SPO track and all that. Even with cutting a bunch of guys like that, you're only getting up $20 million, but by doing that, you're creating a shit ton of holes. You have to restructure like 11 different guys.
Well, when you have a bunch of veterans, those are old school guys that want big contracts because they're not going to be around for much longer.
Absolutely. And that's part of the problem. It comes into, again, you got to ridiculously try to, restructure 11 different guys just to get 20 million. In reality, that 20 million, trying to bring back guys like Christian Wilkins, bringing guys back like Rob Hunt, Connor Williams, I'm not worried about. We need to draft a center. Fuck that.
Armstead.
Well, Armstead screws us because if he retires, we'll get like $7 million back on the books. But in reality, we're stuck with this dead cap for the next 2 to 3 years of paying off his guaranteed money. So he's still going to be on the books for $10 million next year, even if he retires and doesn't play. So, there's so much crap that's involved, and we've talked about it on the show multiple times. And the position that Chris Greer has put this team in, everybody wants to argue, oh, it's Brandon Shore, oh, it's this guy, oh, it's that guy. No, it all falls on Chris Greer. You're the GM. And if you see that your contract guy is putting you in a position where you can't sustain, financially a team, then you need to find somebody else who can. So what's going on, Colin, in the building?
What's going on, fellas? I'm out here with my grandpa sitting eating some dinner real quick. Say what's up, Grandpa.
Thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir. He loves the U too. He was alive when we won that Super Bowl. Yes, sir. But yeah, what's up, fellas?
Chilling, man. Like I said, just trying to give a postseason recap, really talking in on some of the other stuff going on. Same old shit, different episode. So what are your thoughts postseason, man?
Fuck. I was muted right there. It's getting really thick out there right now, man. People are all over Tua and people are like, I've never seen anything like this. Well, it was like this with Ryan Tannehill. As far as a split fan base, it was kind of like this with Tannehill, but it may be worse right now, man. With Tua, the fan base is going nuts over Tua because of the fact they don't think that he's going to take us to the promised land. They're not seeing it. And Colin, I saw you in the comments when I was on with Shake Money, and I said on that show, I said Tua can do it, but he's a little bit nervous in the pocket, man, and that's on coaching. Until they can get him settled down, where he can sit back and have a little. Because in the NFL, you're never going to have more than 3 or 4 seconds in the pocket, man. You're not. It's not going to happen.
See, but the thing is you do. That's the problem is when you continue to fucking not address the offensive line, stick Band-Aids in there. Then we have people talking about, oh, we have this great O-line, but yet they can't hold blocks for more than 2.5 seconds.
Right. And so, but, I don't know. Colin, what do you think?
That I was actually, while I'm sitting here with my grandpa, I'm gonna ask, hey Grandpa, what was your take on this season, man, and what do you think about Tua moving on into this year? I
think Tua is really our man. McDaniel's working wonders with him, and I agree with the guy that was just talking. We need to protect him. If we gave him time like they give Mahomes and like those other quarterbacks, God, no one could stop us. Yeah. No one.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Great take there.
Hell yeah. I mean, I agree. And it really comes down to, on top of that, how many times have we put ourselves in this position that when you're running bubble screens, having flashbacks to Adam Gase, because your offensive line can't block, then you got to talk about, the injury issues, not only on the defensive side of the ball, but the offensive side of the ball. We've talked about medical training staff quite often. You talk about things like, Chris Greer going for the bottom of the barrel bullshit because he's got such top heavy stars. He's got terrible contracts. There's no way out of them. I mean, even if you restructure 11 different guys, you cut 5 or 6 big name veterans, you're still only going to get 20 million over the cap. And here you are, got freaking Christian Wilkins, screw Jerome Baker, screw Connor Williams, screw Braxton Berrios. Look, man, you still can't sign the essentials. You got Rob Hunt, Javon Holland is coming up next year. You got to pay Tua next year. It's crazy, man. And to be put in this position, knowing, you got to draft, you got to find some young replacements for these guys. But here we got Cam Smith, but Vic Fangio won't let him on the field. There's so much shit going on that this entire team is a clusterfuck. Danny Crossman needs to be fired. Jake Bailey needs to not, we don't need to re-sign Jake Bailey. That guy sucked punting this year.
CT, it's almost like this year, 23/24, but really 23. This year was our year to do it, to make it happen. And here we are. It's almost like the shit's about to come unraveled, is what it feels like.
And I told I've said this on the show multiple times. I really thought that this was the do or die year. If you got to say the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl and you lost, you could find a way to bring these guys back for one more year on cheap contracts. But for you to lose in the first round and not win a single playoff game, these guys aren't taking no discounts just to run it back.
Hell no.
You're fucked now.
Great point, man. There will be no. These players are out there to get paid. Number one, they know they're not going to last long, and that's why it comes back to McDaniel. Now, he's got to prove himself, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the coaching staff in the offseason. I just heard what's his name, our defensive coordinator, is up for a head coaching job. Did y'all see that? Or no, it's our linebackers. It's one of our other coordinators is up for a head coaching.
Offensive coordinator Frank Smith. Yeah, we've heard that. Yeah.
There's a defensive guy that's up for one too, though.
It might be Anthony Cupliano or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's the linebackers coach that's been featured on Hard Knocks.
Somebody's interviewing him right now.
Yeah, but I don't really see him making a hop from linebackers coach to head coach. But that doesn't necessarily mean just because he doesn't get a head coaching job this year that he ain't going to get one next year. Or, maybe somebody wants to hire him as a DC. You never know.
I think the $1 million question is, what is Mike McDaniel's ceiling?
I don't know, man. I kind of hate to say it because it's a scary thought to have. What if Mike McDaniel's just another Adam Gase? He gets us to the playoffs. We don't win shit. And then the third year, everybody figures out what he's doing. He doesn't make any adjustments. He doesn't do anything different.
He runs out of coaching talent.
But Adam Gase only made it to the playoffs once.
Yeah, but you also remember the second year we lost the last 3 games of the season and barely missed out on going to the playoffs the second time. Kind of like we almost freaking lost last year and didn't make it to the playoffs and magically got in. But, it's a similar situation of an offensive quote-unquote genius. He comes out and he takes the league by storm, and then things kind of flatten out as coaches adjust, defensive coordinators adjust.
They get film, later in the season. They get tape and film on,
Yeah, and then by the third year, though, Adam Gase didn't even start off hot. He was hot garbage from day one. They figured his ass out after 2 years, man. And I hope that's not the case with Mike McDaniel, but it might be.
Hey, I don't remember. Did Adam Gase call his own plays? I can't remember. Like McDaniel?
No, Adam Gase didn't call his own plays because we were bitching about that one guy who called the bubble screen in the end zone that ended up being an interception.
That wasn't Gase. That was the Raiders game. Oh,
Or was
intercept.
that Brian Flores?
That was you're talking about the Raiders. You're talking about where he threw it to Waddle and it was a safety.
No. Adam Gase did one near the end zone. They got picked off at like the 2 or 3 yard line for a freaking touchdown. We weren't in the end zone. I remember the Raiders one in the end zone.
Hey, do you guys know how to change your? My bad. Y'all know how to change your photo on here? Because my brother actually made me my own custom shit, but I'm trying
Okay.
Yeah,
to switch
you
it.
got to go
Go to
back to
settings.
the. Yeah,
No, I know how to
not
change
you.
it.
Got to go back in. You got to back out
No,
and
it
then
tells me
come
that I hit my
in.
limit. It tells me that like I've done enough of them. Like if I want to do more, I need to. But I only have like fucking 2. The one that it makes you have, which like a fucking just your letter C. You know what I mean? Your letter, and then it's
Right.
like, and then I
Yeah,
got
that's
this
why I'm
one. But
trying to explain to you. You got to
okay.
back out. You got to back out and come back in. When it gives you the mic and camera thing, turn your camera off. Then click edit avatar. You're going to have to delete one of them and you can put the new one in, then select it and then come back in.
You need to delete one.
All right.
So-
Let me see, because I'm not sure if I saw how to delete it, but I'm gonna try real quick. I'm gonna back out.
Yeah,
Right.
turn your yeah.
So,
But
CT, I was, or go ahead.
no, I was just saying to finish that up is I hope Mike McDaniel's not going to be one of these guys that you come in, you're a mastermind, you're a guru, you're a genius, whatever. Then you get figured out. You can't adapt. You can't change things. You can't, change things on the fly in the game. That's another criticism of Adam Gase is the game plan he had for the game is the game plan he had for the game. Whether they were prepared for it or not, Adam Gase just stuck with the shit, even if it failed. And I'm starting to kind of get some vibes from Mike McDaniel with that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it kind of disappoints and makes you feel uncomfortable because
Kind of hurts.
it's like has Greer not learned his lesson? Has Stephen Ross not learned his lesson about coaches who come in with this genius aptitude but then fail to produce a football team? I mean, you got to take into account injuries.
Wow.
You got to take into account other things, but still, it is what it is.
I mean, if you really want to roll it back, let's go ahead and roll it back. So this whole rebuild started with the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll just kind of bounce through it. And then next year we lost. We know what we lost, pretty much everything. But then we drafted Christian Wilkins. Okay. And then we went through that year. And then we hired Brian Flores too. We hired Brian Flores the same year we started the rebuild, if I remember right.
Yep, we did.
That was when we fired Gase.
Yep.
So we hired Brian Flores, draft Christian Wilkins. We had a decent. I think we're actually tanking that year. That was a tank for 2 a year, and Flores fucked it up.
But even before that, we had Christian Wilkins and Noah, I believe.
Yeah, we drafted Noah that year. That was a big miss.
Yeah, or no, maybe it was Austin Jack. What was it? Austin Jackson, Christian Wilkins, and Noah. I think it was.
Maybe it was that. That was the beginning of our rebuild. Christian Wilkins was our first main pick in the rebuild.
Yeah, but I remember it was like Christian Wilkins, Austin Jackson, and Noah.
Okay.
And we all know how Noah turned out until this year. Austin Jackson still has fucking issues as it is.
Still kind of, in there. Okay, so we roll through that year. Next year, we get Tua.
It was Tua and then Waddle. What, right? Or was Waddle the next year?
No, Waddle was the next year after. I can't remember who we got with Tua. I can't remember who else came in that draft. It must have not been anybody very good. Okay, so the first year we had Christian Wilkins and whoever came with him, and then we had Tua, and then we drafted Waddle, Jalen Phillips, and Javon Holland. We had that draft, which is fire, along with everybody else. And then The next year we draft Channing Tindall and whoever else we drafted that year. And then the next year we drafted Cam Smith and A
All right,
Chain.
here it was. So, the so Brian Flores' first year, it was Christian Wilkins, Michael Dieter, Andrew Van Ginkel, Isaiah Prince, Chandler
AVG.
Cox, and Miles Gaskin. Okay.
Wow.
So we know, other than AVG and Christian Wilkins, nobody else is on the roster. Now,
Right.
the next year, the tank for Tua, it was Tua at 5, Austin Jackson at 18, Noah at 30.
God.
You had Robert
Noah.
Hunt at 39, Rayquan Davis, Brandon Jones, Solomon
Hang on.
Kinley.
What pick did Man, we were loaded with picks that draft. Rewind that draft again, starting with Tua.
Yep. All right, Tua's number 5. Austin Jackson was 18. Noah was 30. Robert Hunt was 39, the first pick in the second round. Rayquan Davis was 56, the second pick in the second round. And then Brandon Jones. Now, out of those 6 right there, the first 3 rounds, you got Tua, who again showed, at least this year, he's improved considerably in the 2 years. Now, again, does he still have issues? Absolutely. But then you got Austin Jackson. That's still up in the air. Noah was a fucking bust. I mean, you got Robert Hunt. And then after Robert Hunt, you got Brandon Jones and Rayquan Davis. So, I mean, they were good backup guys, but the rest of that draft was trash.
Yes, sir.
That's fire, bro. I like it.
Yeah, man. My brother custom made this for me, bro. Look it up, man. It's
Oh, yeah.
247 with Colin. Got the chain. Got the nice blunt burning. Got the nice
You
Colgate
got the
smile.
blunt.
Bro,
The blunt
headphones.
sets it off. The
Yes,
blunt
sir.
sets it off.
But the next year is the one that fucking kills me, though. So everybody wants to talk about Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland. Absolutely good picks. Now, knowing again, at 6 and 18, you would hope that Chris Greer wouldn't fuck up those. He already fucked up Noah. He already fucked up Austin Jackson at 18. So again, those 3 were great, but then you look at the rest of it. Liam Eichenberg in the second round that you traded a pick to move up for was trash. We got Hunter Long, who he did nothing. He didn't even take the field but like 20 snaps his entire freaking career with us.
Oh, that was a bust. That's definition of a bust right there.
Yeah, and we traded his ass.
When do we take him in second round or third round?
In the third.
Jeez.
We picked him at 91 or 81, which is what? Midway in the second round or in the third round. So
player there.
Then it was Larnell Coleman and Jared Dokes. And then last year is the one that was an absolute fucking terrible fucking draft. You got Channing Tindall, Izukama, Cameron Good, and Skylar Thompson.
Jeez.
That's absolute fucking trash.
Run that back again.
Channing Tindall, Eazy-E, Cameron Good, and Skylar Thompson. The fact that
Cameron Good,
couldn't
Cameron
field,
Good,
he had fucking pink eye for fucking a year, fucking not washing his hands after he wiped his ass. Yeah, Cameron Good played what? 40, 50 snaps at the end of the year after, we lost fucking 6 outside linebackers.
How does Cameron Good get more snaps than Channing Tindall? Where the hell is Channing Tindall at?
Yeah, on special teams or right in the fucking bench, baby. But Cameron Good again with the season-ending knee injury, he's done. Skylar Thompson, he got fucking bested by a freaking court. Yeah, He's third string after our fucking bringing Mike White from fucking the Jets, who sucks dick too. I mean, oh my God, these drafts are fucking atrocious. And then everybody's like, oh, but he hit on some of these guys. No, he should have hit on some of these guys when he's got 2 fucking first round picks and 2 second round picks. You should be hitting on nearly all of them.
Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I think that he does hit on some of these draft picks, bro. And we're looking at guys like Javon Holland. We're looking at Austin Jackson. We're looking at shit, man. We got Tua.
We got Robert Hunt. We got Rayquan, Brandon Jones. But again, if you're just going starting wise, I mean, literally, you got Tua, Waddle, Jalen Phillips, Armstead, and Robert Hunt. That's it. And Javon Holland. That's it. So you got 6 starters out of how many picks? Hold on.
Only one of those. Basically, he had one good draft. He had a good draft, and that one with Waddle, Holland, and Phillips. Other than that, they're all trash.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So you got 6 starters out of 34 picks. And out of those 34 picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You had 19 first and second round picks. Jeez. You had 19 first and second round picks, and you got 6 starters out of it?
Yeah, I understand.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
For me, it's what have you done for me recently, bro? And recently, he's done good in the draft, so I'm willing to ride with it for one more year.
Recently? You mean 3 years ago?
No, I'm talking about 2021.
Bro, with 20, that's what I'm talking about. 2021 was 3 years ago.
MCJB. What up, yo?
But yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's
but in between, you got Channing Tindall, Eazy-E, Cameron Good, Skylar Thompson. Then you got Cam Smith, Devon A-Chain, Elijah Higgins, and Ryan Hayes.
Some of those guys you named, I still haven't even fucking seen.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I know that fucking we need to start hitting on these picks, or something needs to be done. Right now, we need to not before we break stuff apart. We need to stick together. Some of these fucking GMs and coaching staff. We needed to stay together, man, so we can fucking.
I like the idea to stay together too, man. Okay, so this year in this year's draft, guys, we have a first round pick number 21.
Yep.
Okay. We have a second round pick, number 55. Okay. So we drafted 21, 55, and then we don't draft again until the 5th round at 151.
Yeah.
And then in round 6, we have 168, 182. In round 7, we have 213.
Oh. Like I was saying on Big Phillies last night, and he did a few mock drafts, and I kind of like some of them. But, bro, I mean, the thing is this, here we are, and I understand that like Colin said, yeah, we want to keep these guys together. But, bro, Chris Greer has fucked us over so much with the freaking cap space that we can't. Dude, we're 41 million in the hole, even Spotrac and going through restructuring 11 different guys, letting go of 6 major veterans with bloated contracts. We're still only 20 million over the cap. And with that, how are you going to bring back guys like Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt, Brandon Jones? Bro, it's not possible. It's just not possible.
That's why Christian Wilkins is out there giving a farewell speech, basically. He knows they can't keep him, man, because he knows
we're going to sign him. We're gonna sign him, bro.
You think we're gonna sign Wilkins?
Yes,
The
bro.
only
I'm
way
gonna come out. I'm gonna come out
sign
right now and
these
tell you
I
guys,
that.
hope we do. I hope we
the
do
only
sign Wilkins.
the only way we could do that is if fucking Stephen Ross comes out here and writes 95% straight signing bonus for every fucking contract. So that means if we're going to pay Christian 120 million, he's got to flat out give Christian Wilkins $110 million check. That's not
Bro,
happening.
watch. No, we're gonna pay Wilkins, bro. I'm telling you this. They're gonna find a way to make it happen. There's always a way that they can find to make it happen, bro. This isn't gonna be like when Ramsey left the Rams.
I agree with MC right now, bro. I agree with him. I think we're going to be rebuilding again. And that's all there is to it.
Did you guys hear the speech they gave at the end, bro? They said if they can come back, Tyreek said if he can come back with even some of these guys and hopefully the same team, that they're gonna be way better next year, bro. So
Yeah,
you
but
don't
what
think
else is he
that makes
supposed
one?
to say? What else is
Maybe
he
these guys
supposed
will
to say?
take a discount, man. Maybe
You
they'll
think
take a
that
little.
these guys are going to give discounts? You're crazy, man.
No, not a big discount, but just a team friendly, something that's gonna make this team be able to stick together.
I don't know, man. You can hope, but we've known in the past, unfortunately,
Yeah.
all of Miami's homegrown talent, every time we draft a guy, develop a guy, he balls out for us, we just let him walk. We just let him walk. And it happens every fucking time.
You know, I cheer for the players in that situation because I like to see them get paid because their careers aren't long. And so it's hard for me to say, dude, take a pay cut. Like Christian Wilkins, for example, because he could get a big bag probably wherever he wants. So I don't know, man.
I mean, you can go out and let him play the market and see if, he doesn't fetch as much as he thinks he's going to. But the question is if he does, then you price yourself right out of it. So
The
you're
problem with the
damned if you do,
Dolphins,
damned if you don't.
especially a big name like Wilkins, I don't think we can afford him, and I think he knows that. I think that's why he gave that speech the other night. I think Wilkins is gone, in my opinion. What's up, MC?
What's going on, MC? How's it going, bro?
What's up?
How you doing, man? You hanging in there, bro?
Shit, bro.
Sorry, man. We're getting ready for next year. We're gonna win the Super Bowl next
One
season,
day
bro.
the
That's
I
what.
want to put a gun in my head. These damn Dolphins
What?
make me so damn sick. Now this is supposed to be a joke. YouTube, you didn't hear that. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm sick to my stomach. Fuck this
Are
shit.
you?
No, it's a joke. God damn, lazy. I'm
No,
sick.
but yeah, man. What do you think
This
about?
shit makes me so mad, bro. Hold on 1 second, Tom. Let me go on a rant real quick. Um,
Cook.
These Dolphins, I haven't been on here since we lost. Well, I was on here, but anyway, these Dolphins, it's the same fucking year every fucking year. We get one thing. My bad, bro. Hold on, we get fucking all these good players, and what do? They choke. Now it makes all the fans so angry, like me, that excuse me. I've had enough. I've had enough of this bullshit. I've had enough. Hey,
Yeah, I
dog.
hear you, bro. I
Yeah,
hear you.
man. You're absolutely right. But I,
No, I think we're all a little bit pissed off right now. We're kind of
and who
fucking
goes?
mad.
Who the fuck? Were we like 10 and we had like were we 4 games above Buffalo or 5 games like at least max before we choked?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No, we were up. We were up 3. 3 games with 5 games left.
Really
That's so sad.
what it comes
That's
down
so.
to is the last few minutes of the Titans
It's
game,
that
man.
fucking Titans game. Yes.
That's our whole season right there,
That
bro.
destroyed. That destroyed it. That
That's our
destroyed it.
whole season right there.
But yeah, I'm just done. Greer, you suck. Ross, you suck more.
Ooh, you going after Ross?
Yeah, he don't know how to. He need to give up his own because he don't know nothing about no damn football. He
Man,
just he only knows football because he went to Michigan. They just won the national championship barely. Actually, they whipped their ass. Never mind. But yeah, he don't know shit about football.
Fuck,
You gotta be shitting me. Like he from the fucking north. They don't know shit about football.
fuck no, he doesn't know shit about football.
He just wanted moolah. But anyways, what we talking about? Mock draft? We already ready for next season? God damn, it's too far along. What we talking about? What's the topic of the day?
No,
shit,
we're
bro.
going to break
Hey,
down
MC, you might as well
the
get ready
previous
for college
draft
baseball.
classes.
Might as well get ready for
Wait, hold on,
baseball,
two people
dog.
talking. What?
Oh yes, sir.
Baseball.
Hey, man, got that new avatar,
Oh
bro.
shit.
My brother hooked me up. Shout out to Doblin the Goblin, bro.
MC, what do you think about that Avi?
Fire, bro. Hell yeah.
Got the blind?
Is that your logo?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that your
My
banner?
brother custom drew this for me, bro.
I fucking love it, bro. It's like
Got the blind.
I'm sorry, but look, where? I see no blunt.
Yeah, he's got a blind.
Where I see teeth, my guy.
No, look to the left.
Oh, now I see it. I'm blind.
That's fire.
But,
Yeah, but hey, what do you guys? Since we got all 4 of the boys here right now, what do y'all think? Well, we need Green Rat here too, man. We need to do a freaking meetup down in Miami.
there's only I'm down, but there's only one person that's not gonna be able to make it. You know who that is? Down the top right. Sorry,
Yep.
CT, I had to put you on the spot.
Nah, you're cool, man. I don't give a fuck.
But now we're
It's
just we're going through all the draft classes. We're looking at our picks coming up. We got pick
Yeah,
21.
I noticed that, bro. How the fuck? How the fuck we gonna draft Charrington to round 2? Right? What was it, 2 or 3? I think it was 3, and we're not
Right.
even using him yet.
I mean, that stat CT just dropped is jaw dropping. CT, say that again. I'm going to write that down.
So we had 19 first and second round picks since Brian Flores, and only 6 of them are starters.
Yeah, and one's gone. Ibn Sabani.
Jeez.
2 of them are gone. Robert Hunt and Christian Wilkins are going to be gone, bro. Robert Hunt's going to want. Robert Hunt is going to want 10 to 12 million dollars. That right there, out of the 20 million we're going to have in cap space, that's ridiculous.
So we missed
All right,
we missed on 13 first and second round picks. 13
Amicus, I was on multiple shows,
19.
brother. Been here the whole time.
13 out of 19 we missed on first and second round picks.
There's Amicus. What's up, Amicus?
Amicus.
But yo, that's I want to tight. I know y'all want line, but I want to tight end. I want Brock Bowers for next year. I'm still about that. I'm going off topic right now. I'm sorry.
I want Bo Nix.
You want Bo Nix, but
I want Bo Nix.
Bro, Bo Nix is
he's a good. He's not bad. He may get to us some
Go
some
look up Bo
competition,
Nix's
but
2023 stats.
What about
look
Jaden
at
Daniels?
Auburn. Look at Bo Nix at Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn.
I remember Bo Nix at Auburn. I remember. If you look at Bo Nix's 2023 stats, he had a completion rate of almost 78%. He had like 40 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Bo Nix is sick, dude.
I'm down for Jaden Daniels.
But he was trash at Auburn, bro.
Jaden Daniels was nasty.
I know he was.
I want Jaden Daniels. You get Jaden Daniels, he's beating Tua.
He is
look at
good.
Bo Nix. Look at Bo Nix's 2023.
Bo Nix is not beating out Tua. I want someone that at least, if we drafted quarterback, I want someone to give Tua some competition in the offseason.
Bo Nix.
Training camp.
Look at Bo Nix's stats.
Bo Nix is not going to do that, though. Tua's better than Bo Nix. Matt Jones is better than Bo Nix. He beat Bo
Oh
Nix.
yeah, here we go, my
What's going
man.
on, Amicus?
Hey,
So,
My
I had
brother.
to come
What's
up
up,
here.
Am?
CT is up here. I had to come and say hello. I
What's
had.
up, Am?
What's good, brother?
From
What's
game.
going on, bro?
how's the good life in the divisional round?
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. We had a little tune-up, warm-up game with the Steelers, and got a little close there at the end. I didn't like that, but that's how my Buffalo Bills do it. We let teams back into the game in the fourth quarter, and it's a nail-biter. But we got through it, and now it's on. Now Mahomes comes on the road into Bills Stadium, and we're going to make magic happen.
You feeling good?
All
You
right.
feeling good about it?
I'm feeling great, man. Honestly, I feel better about this game than the Steelers game. This is going to be a blowout. You're about to see a shellacking.
Damn. Shellac.
Hey, Amicus, what's up, bud? How you doing?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
You get. I know you get ready for playoff run, but how about them Braves? You ready for that season?
Yeah, I'm always ready for the breaks. Let's go.
But
Spring
y'all
training.
early.
Are you gonna come back to any games?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You're only a 2.5 point favorite over the Chiefs. It's only 2.5 at home.
Yeah, well, that's Vegas saying, "Hey, Mahomes has been here. They're defending champions. He's a two-time MVP, two-time Super Bowl MVP." I get all that. That's just Vegas doing Vegas stuff. But the reality is that they are beat across the board in every category. There's not one category, including who's the best quarterback playing right now today, that they have an advantage over. We've been decimated on defense, and McDermott still finds a way for next man to show up, and the scheme is flawless. We're actually getting a couple of guys back. They thought Terrell Bernard was going to have like a season-ending injury. Turns out it's not.
My phone's at 2%. My bad, Amicus.
Yeah,
Good.
so we're feeling good, man.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
man.
Hey, I
Someone
think
gotta fucking win it, man. But hey, nobody can argue right now. CJ Stroud is the best fucking quarterback in the fucking playoffs right now. That dude is fucking amazing right now.
He is. I'm impressed. I'm not going to lie. He's not better than Allen. Let's not even go there. Stop that. But he is good.
Hey,
Nah.
what? It's almost like Vegas is begging you to bet the Bills, man. -2.5. That's low. It seems like.
Well, I think the opposite, Blizzy. I think Vegas is begging you to take the Chiefs. Yeah.
Plus
Yeah,
2.5.
because it's like a pick 'em. They only give the Bills 2.5 at home. Honestly, they're kind of saying they expect the Chiefs to win. So it's like Vegas
I don't know. It seems
dangling
low.
the carrot.
It seems low to me. It seems low. I think the Bills should be a 4, 5, 6 point favorite. But
I agree. Yeah, and you'll see why Sunday, because this game won't even be close.
Mhm.
See, and that's my thing that frustrates me is the thing you just said. It's like, I understand we lost we lost 6 starters to season-ending injuries, but I mean, Vic Fangio had 11 starters out over the course of the year.
Yeah.
But it's like, how come somebody else can fucking do it and you can't? And you're supposedly the best DC in the game. And then,
You should be frustrated. You're 100% correct, because the truth is we were decimated. But McDermott's scheme, he had those boys on the practice squad ready. A couple of them came up and showed out. And he had the whole team and the backups ready. And it was plug and play. Even this last game when Bernard went out, Dorian Williams, a rookie out of Tulane, plug and play. He was all over the field causing havoc. And that's a coaching issue there. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, especially again, you draft the fucking one of the best corners in college in the second round. You get a steal, and you don't play the motherfucker. But 5 snaps the entire fucking year? You're letting Eli Apple get his ass burned week in and week out. Cater Kohu doesn't even know his fucking assignments. Brandon Jones, who has been out 11 weeks before he returned, is screaming at Cater Kohu to fucking cover whoever the hell it was that came underneath, I think it was Watson or whatever his name is for Kansas City, wide open on a fucking drag route. And Brandon Jones is screaming at him. The dude's gonna freaking come on a drag route. Wait on this side until he comes. And what does Kohu do? Drop back into fucking coverage. And it's like, then we got Cedric Wilson on offense, who he's supposedly coming into the year was our number 3 receiver. Tua's having to tell him his fucking assignment before every fucking play when he comes in. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? The offensive line, everybody wants to talk about how good the Dolphins O-line was, and that's horse shit because we got the ball out so quick, and yet here we are, freaking Mike McDaniel's looking like fucking Adam Gase and fucking bubble screens.
Well, let me say this, CT. Who is y'all's number 4 again? I keep forgetting that cat number 4.
Kohu.
That's Kohu. That's okay. That dude needs to be benched, and that shows you the coaching issues because, bro, the whole game against the Bills was predicated on that Josh Allen run, and your boy sideswiped Josh Allen, just sidestep like he was in a disco. Didn't even go in on him because he didn't want to get run over and mowed down by 6'5", 245. I get it.
We sidestepped Mahomes, too. Did you see that?
I didn't see that one, but, I mean, you can't do that, man. You can't do that.
The Eli Apple and Duke Riley, they both sidestepped Mahomes. He turned it upfield.
Yeah, and the thing is it comes down to the fucking frustrating part is Kohu played extremely well the year before, and he was forced into the starting slot last year when we lost Nick Needham to the Achilles, and he played well. He even played a little bit on the boundary. He didn't play nearly as well on the boundary. But then you come in and you see the guy fucking struggling this year. He doesn't know the assignments. You come in and Vic Fangio comes in and has a complicated D. The guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Then why is he fucking playing? Nick Needham comes back. We stick Nick Needham in and bench him here and there, and Nick Needham's out playing him. And it's like, then why do you even put the fucker back on the field? It's fucking, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the game may have passed him by, to be honest with you. And that happens. It may have happened to Belichick. But Fangio, we were talking the other day, Fangio is a legend when it comes to certain schemes, but it's a legend like 20 years ago, man. I mean, at some point, you have to evolve.
It's hard to point the finger. We have so many problems. It's hard to point the finger at our defense.
Man. I'm sorry, Bleezy. I agree, bro. But I've been wanting to tell Amicus since I seen him on here, man, that I think that the Bills, man, they need to pack that stadium because Mahomes has never played on the road in the playoffs.
Oh, he's getting the work, Colin. He's getting the work. Don't worry about that. Man. Hey, they better have their silent counts. They better have 3 backup silent counts. They better pull out all the sign languages because they will not be able to hear nothing Sunday at 6:30. Guaranteed.
I'm excited to watch, bro. I think this is anyone's game. I think that if Josh Allen doesn't turn the ball over, the Bills are gonna win. But I don't know who's gonna win because I think he can turn it over. I just don't know if he will. So we're gonna see, man. I think that's the game to watch all week.
KC is about to win that.
Let me just say this. Let me just make this argument really quick. The past 3 times we've played the Chiefs, we're 2-1. Now, both of them, those 2 wins were in the regular season, but that one game, both of the playoff games are really close too. My point is, all of them have been in Kansas City. We beat Kansas City in Kansas City multiple times. This is a different beast. Mahomes has never dealt with what he's about to deal with this Sunday.
I know it. That's why I'm
KC is about to come in there and get that W.
Stop it. You don't really believe that. Come on.
Hey, I believe that
I
the
really
Bills
do.
can win, man.
Really?
I bet Michael K has steak dinner and he backed down like a bitch.
Well, let me ask you a question, Belisa. You're a smart guy. Why do you think a Chiefs team that has underwhelmed this
I got
year of
Don't say no
Mahomes?
more. Say no more.
Okay, all right.
Mahomes and Andy Reid. Period.
It's not the same this year. They've shown flaws. Bro, he's got to have somebody to throw the ball to. Rasheed Rice is all they got. And McDermott's defense is going to lock him up. And Mahomes is going to see certain blitzes and certain coverages that he's never seen before. I mean, I'm just saying, we're about to dial it up.
I'm
Okay.
riding with Emicus on this, bro. If I was to bet
Are you?
money, I would put money on the Bills on this one, just because.
I mean,
the Bills are
Ab,
a
I don't
half-
know that much. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Colin.
My bad. I might be cutting out, man, because my Wi-Fi is.
No, you're
a little
good.
laggy. But I was just saying, I'm with Amicus. I hate the Bills, and I would put my money on them if I was to bet that game, bro. I would bet Bills over Chiefs just because it's at Bills' house.
Yeah, I think a lot of I think when you think about this game, it's just so hard to forget about the Chiefs. You know, like they have the brand, the mighty Kansas City Chiefs, defending champions. But if you really sit down and look at what they've done this year and how Mahomes has played and who he has to throw the ball to, and Kelsey's decline because he's too busy with the Swifties. I mean, you do not have a team that can even beat the Bills in Kansas City, much less going to Buffalo and beating a team that has won 6 in a row, 7 out of 8, and Josh Allen is full-blown Winter Soldier activated.
Man,
I don't know.
and he's running
feel you,
80
bro.
yard
Feel you.
touchdowns.
Or 3 turnovers against the Steelers.
We got
Huh?
Green Rat, legendary Green Rat in the building.
I said,
go.
didn't he have 2 or 3 turnovers against the Steelers?
No, he had 0 turnovers. Come on now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had 4 total touchdowns, man. He beasted it, including a 53-yard run. Just mowed everybody over. Go watch the highlight if you didn't see it. It's impressive.
He
saw
said
it, man,
that
and I don't
fake
see the Chiefs.
slide.
I don't see the Chiefs stopping Josh Allen, man. That's why I think they can win.
Yeah, Green Rat doesn't believe that. There was no fake slide. It was a stutter step. If that's a fake slide, that's the worst fake slide I've ever seen in my life. Stop it.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Oh shit. But
This
what's
is
going
why
on,
I
Greener?
can't. This is why I can't stand listening to some people when
Green
you
Rat,
have
don't take my Dolphins card.
the Kevin Pickett Kenny Pickett fucking bullshit pussy ass fake slide was done again by no one else except for fucking small dick fucking Josh Allen. And you say fucking mows people over. Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you really believe that he did a fake slide? Are you kidding
Yes.
me? Or are you just like, are you drinking?
He slowed up to where he looked like he was gonna slide. That's
No,
exactly
Green Rat,
what.
that's ridiculous.
Hey,
Go watch it again.
I just watched it.
Well, you
the
should watch
highlight
it
today.
20 more times then.
This is why the fucking Josh Allen dick sucking fucking comments start fucking flying. Mowed people over my ass.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Go check out Chris Sims' podcast. I mean, all the podcasts.
Sims.
They all this narrative. Oh, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, he's an ex-NFL player. I'm sorry. Listen, you can say whatever you want, but anybody that's actually a real
Facts.
analyst and looking at the tape, none of them really believe that. You're buying into talk radio. You're buying into
Kenny
shock
Pickett
jock
Jr.
talk radio takes, and it ain't gonna work. Not on this broadcast, Red Rat. It ain't gonna work. It's not a fake slide.
Red Rat was my first car, by the way.
Oh man.
What do you
I could not fucking believe that play when I saw it when they were replaying it. Made me shake my head.
Yeah, it's a stutter step.
stutter step. That was him acting like he was gonna get ready to slide.
Bro,
And the kid,
6'5", 240 can't fake a slide. Like, come on now. Come on.
Whatever.
Yeah. Josh Allen, the guy who mows
Shaquille O'Neal
linebackers
could
over, is
fake
going
a
to fake
fucking
slide.
slide if he wanted
Ridiculous. You are a hater.
and
Go ahead,
McDaniel,
drink that Kool-Aid. Go ahead. Have fun.
how did you feel about Tua in the playoff game, man? Because I didn't get to hear your take, man. So I want
to.
to.
Oh, me?
Everybody,
Me or Amicus?
Everybody, man.
Yeah, he's talking to me, Green Rat.
Well, he wants the truth, so he needs to talk to me.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I thought Tua did not play well. I was not impressed. Now, I know y'all were without Waddle. Are you talking about the Chiefs game or the Bills game?
The playoff game versus the Chiefs.
Oh, y'all had Waddle for that game. I don't know what his problem was.
He had everybody.
Yeah, he just Belisi and I talked about it a little bit, man. I mean, I know this drives CT crazy because he always called Josh Allen a one-read quarterback, but the reality is Josh Allen can actually go through progressions. That's what he does. Tua can't. Tua is the one-read quarterback, which is why he gets stifled if you play the right defense against them, and guys aren't hitting their timings properly. It is what it is, man. It's a limited quarterback.
And that's, again, we're going to go back to these asinine comments, but he's not a one-read quarterback. We've seen, I've shown on this show at least 100 examples of him going through 3, 4, 5 fucking wide receiver progressions.
Yeah.
The thing is the Dolphins refuse to fucking fix the O-line. They keep on putting Band-Aid after Band-Aid. And again, we continue to have to throw fucking short breaking routes and all this because the offensive line can't hold up. And then the fucking once in a while when they do fucking hold up, Tua's fucking worried about trying to get the ball out. And then Mike McDaniel in a fucking game where, yeah, there was high wind. There was fucking cold weather issues. But you're going to sit here and wait till
He's nervous in the pocket because he can't go through the reads. CT, he's lost.
My God. Okay. Even though we've shown that narrative is false, but we'll keep spouting it.
No, but
I saw
he's
it on
talking
TV.
about the playoff game.
I'm talking about the playoff game. He was nervous as a whore in church.
Nah, man.
The whole season.
Nah. The fucking bullshit with that is Mike McDaniel didn't want to throw the fucking ball. He was asked multiple times in his press conference, why didn't you run any routes to try to attack the second part of the second level of the defense? Why? Because other than the Tyreek Hill deep throw, they didn't run any fucking deep routes. They didn't run any routes over the middle, anything in the middle. All they did was the same bullshit that Adam Gase did and ran fucking bubble screens and ran the same 3 fucking running plays over and over and over. And when we saw that the Chiefs were ready to stop that, Mike McDaniel had no fucking answer whatsoever.
CT, I'm trying to be nice, but you haven't won a playoff game in 25 years, and you're going to ride this guy all the way to the graveyard, man. He's going to sink your organization. You need to take them goggles off and be honest with yourself. Tua is not the answer. You had a 3-game lead with 5 to play, and he couldn't close the book. He couldn't shut it down. Then you go and you have a playoff game, and you still can't win. When are you going to wake up, bro?
And again, have I not said multiple times on this platform that Tua has his struggles and he has his limitations? Absolutely. Have I said that again, that he can be a successful quarterback? Absolutely he can. Again, we've shown examples of him having the dog and being clutch in the fourth quarter. The problem is when things don't get put together. I feel like that is Tua's issue. We've talked about people who say he can't throw deep and he can't throw outside the numbers because in his first year, all he did was throw outside the numbers. So then they said he couldn't throw in the middle and couldn't throw deep. Then he comes out and he shows he could throw over the middle and throw deep. Now we're back to he can't throw outside the numbers. Then when we show that he can read a progression, then people are going to go back to the same narrative if he's a one-read quarterback, even though we've proved that wrong. His thing is in the same thing what Mike McDaniel is. When are you going to put it all together? Just like this team. When is this team going to put it all together? When is it that, and again, like I've said, there are times where the offense shits the bed and the fucking defense is balling out. And then there are games where the fucking offense is balling out and the defense shits the bed. Then the special teams we had seven 75-yard or more returns on kickoff and punts. 3 of them led to touchdowns, immediate touchdowns. And then the other 3 went for touchdowns on the ensuing drive and 1 field goal. So
we're ranked the 31st on special teams in the league. I found that out.
It's fucking ridiculous that, this team can't get it together. Mike McDaniel can't get it together. Vic Fangio can't get it together. Tua can't get it to fucking together. It's a fucking clusterfuck is what it is.
It absolutely is. I agree.
Chris Greer is fucked up our entire cap. So even if we wanted to fucking move on from Tua, you're going to draft a guy in the first round when you really have no assets. You're about to lose Christian Wilkins and Robert Hunt. We went through there was literally when Colin was up here and I read through all of them. We had 19 first or second round picks with Chris Greer since Brian Flores, and 6 of them are starters. 6.
And the thing is, it doesn't help that we haven't had a first round pick since 2021. So we missed out on the first round talent in those first 2 years. So because we have the Bradley Chubbs and the Tyreek Hills and stuff, things of that nature. So that's just part for the course for, going after the players to win now. You sacrifice some of that young talent that you need to build in the future. So I don't know, man.
But there is no fucking talent. You had literally 19 first and second round draft picks,
and I think
6 of them are starters. 6, and you're about to lose 2 of them. You're about to lose Robert Hunt and Christian Wilkins. So you're going to have 4 starters out of 19 first and second round picks.
When are you considering Chris Greer in charge of it?
CT, but you got to remember that's just the nature of the NFL, bro. You're gonna have to sacrifice certain talent. It's either one or the other. You can't have everybody, bro. There's a reason there's the cap limit.
That's the whole problem is this is what infuriates me, especially with Amicus and his bullshit. And I love him, but his bullshit about Tua can't fucking elevate people around him and shit like that. Bro, Tua's first 2 years without fucking Waddle or fucking Tyreek Hill, he was throwing to nobodies, and he was still being efficient at a QB. The problem is then you bring in a guy like Tyreek, and then you have Waddle and Tyreek. You really fucking you don't really care about tight ends. You just like running the fucking football. So then you have a disenfranchised 3rd, 4th, 5th wide receiver. You got Claypool coming in. You don't play the motherfucker. Tua throws a dime to him and he drops a touchdown.
You know what, CT? I was speaking of Claypool, bro. I miss fucking what's this dude name? The guy that played gunner for us in special teams. No, not Mike Gesicki. We let him go to go to the Raiders. Matt Collins. Bro, I miss Matt Collins, dude. I make it Matt Collins. He's exactly what we need in this offense as that number 3 wide receiver, bro. He got the size. He's got the hands. He may not got the speed, but he's a good route runner, bro. I mean, and then he brings that edge.
Type receiver.
Yeah, bro.
And that's the whole part is to his first 2 years, he had Devontae Parker. Now that motherfucker can never stay healthy, but
right.
Tua was a fucking diming back shoulder throws, 50-50 balls, fucking working outside the numbers. But again, they say he doesn't know how to do that. But they say that's all he knew how to do. But the whole thing is then you had Devontae Parker and Waddle that 1 year. And Devontae
All right.
Parker, the 4 or 5 games that Devontae Parker actually played that year, 2 went the fuck off because he had a possession guy to throw outside the numbers to, and he had a speed guy.
And this thing, because my problem is that the Dolphins, a lot of the problems on the offense is you don't have anybody that can step up outside of Waddle and Tyreek, right? Let's say if either one of them struggles or not getting open, there's not that third guy is going to step up. I mean, Cedric Wilson has been nice in some occasions on those out routes, or sometimes he'll run a streak route into the end zone where he'll jump over a corner and shit like that. But like Braxton Berrios has been completely half. He hasn't been targeted. Chase Claypool is a horrible route runner. He has no business being a wide receiver. River Craycraft is kind of like the Dolphins have completely went away from him in the second half of the season. I don't know if it has to do with the neck injury or whatever, but like they have a wide receiver 3 problem, and I've been saying this since training camp. Like Berrios was supposed to step up as that number 3 receiver because he was the most impressive receiver in camp, but neither of them have gone ahead of each other to step up as that number 3 consistently. So
you
have a
got
problem.
Claypool who's fucking dropping touchdown passes. Cedric Wilson Jr. doesn't even know his fucking assignment or where to line up. Tua's having to tell him before every fucking play. We got Braxton Berrios, who again, listen, no offense to Braxton, you're a kick returner. That's all we brought you in for. Now, if we could get some more production out of you, great. But that didn't fucking happen. Craycraft, they just fucking have this motherfucker. Craycraft only knows one play. And this is on Mike McDaniel, mind you. Craycraft only knows how to block or run the fucking crosser underneath when we run the fucking
that glance route, like the crosser or the slant route.
You got the go route to Tyreek, you got the post to Waddle, and then you got Craycraft on the crosser. That's it. And Mike McDaniel runs that play so many fucking times.
TT, can you repeat that again?
Tyreek, okay, so it's a 3 wide receiver set, right? You got one running back in the backfield, 1 tight end, right? It's Tyreek on a go route. He's on the far left side, the boundary left. Then Waddle and Waddle is in the slot. Waddle will take the post, inside post, and then they have Craycraft on the other side with the tight end underneath of him. And when Hill takes the fucking deep safety and the corner, and Waddle takes the post, he gets the other safety and the linebackers to flow toward him in the post, and then they have Craycraft running a crosser,
River Craycraft,
a crosser underneath where the zone or the men are vacated. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's literally right. Right. That's literally all he does. Every play I've seen him,
he runs that same fucking play over and over and over. That's what infuriates me. It's because at some point defenses are gonna know what you're fucking doing. It's the same shit with the last 3 weeks. It's been the outside zone, that fucking counter pitch play. And an inside wham. Those are the only fucking 3 running plays that apparently exist in Mike McDaniel's book the last 3 weeks. They ran those same fucking running plays like 20 fucking times.
The halfback wham, the inside, the outside zone, and the crack toss. You said those are the 3 runs.
That little counter where Tua fakes one way and he spins around and tosses it.
Oh yeah. It gets predictable, bro.
Never game that was. Hey, how come we never saw that no look shovel pass to A-Chain that scored 2 fucking walk-in touchdowns? How many times do we see that after the Denver game?
Exactly 0. That's the whole point. Is when you get in the red zone and you get predictable, we're throwing fucking fades, bro. Why are you fucking throwing fades? bro, like, if you're going to run the ball, just run the fucking ball. If you're going to throw the ball, please don't throw a fade, and please do not fucking run that fucking fade post crosser, because that's all Mike McDaniel does is, oh, it's in the red zone. Well, let me run this post and this crosser, but let me have Tyreek or somebody run a fade instead of the go route. And it's like, it becomes predictable. If I can see this as a fucking fan, what is the DC fucking watching?
Hey, did you see what Bobby Peters wrote? He kind of wrote the book. He basically detailing all the our whole offense, our scheme, our game plans for the 2022 offseason. I'm imagining he's going to write the book for this season. And he said something to the effect. Let me see if I can find the Twitter. He said something to the effect. Miami's very good at building around what they like to do specifically, but when they focus on that too much, they could get stuck in that rabbit hole, and it becomes their Achilles heel, right? Basically, He was commenting on the runs, and he said, like, yeah, they have the best perimeter run designs in the NFL, but they're in practice they've been focusing way too much on those type of runs, like the runs that you described, right? And they leave the inside runs, like, they completely neglect it, right? They don't run that much power, they don't run that much trap, inside zone, like that's something that they would probably need to work on. He also mentioned that they have the Dolphins have some of the best play action concepts, but the problem is that the problem is with that sort of thing is that they've been focusing too much on these timing routes, like these bang eight glance.
Timing route. Come back, Spidey. But
Did you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Now
No, I was just saying. He also did you hear what I said? They like the play action concepts.
Yeah. And then they do the timing where the glance route,
right. So I was just saying
7 route and all that bullshit.
The strike drift concepts, because Tua likes it because he likes to throw into windows, with anticipation and the timing, right? But he also said that could get you a little bit. Like he said, the drop back game gets stale quickly if those bang strike drift windows are taken away by the game plan. Once again, hard to separate personnel from the design. Tua clearly likes the timing and anticipation of these throws, but it can't be the only answer in the passing game. Adding a little more variety to the drop back game, finding just a handful of concepts that you can hang your hat on, will make them much harder to prepare for. Even just a few stronger backside concepts to complement the front side stuff they are good at will help a lot. Even of just a few stronger backside concepts to complement the front side stuff they are good at will help a lot. So, like, I see a lot of stuff, like, there's some stuff that doesn't make sense, bro. Like, some of the check down options, they always have it on the strong side where Tua has to throw across his body to check the football down. I think Kurt Warner also pointed out that this offense needs to add some hot route concepts.
No outlet for Tua to check to kind of like get rid of the football quickly out of his hands.
To the right.
There's a lot of he pointed out that those are some of the problems with our scheme. They're gonna have to instead of like having this type of concept where they're trying to get the ball quick out of their hands, and I know the offensive line is a problem in that because they have to make up for the lack of pass protection, all these quick outs and all these like little get the ball quick out of the hands, it's gonna hurt the receivers. You're gonna have to hurt the quarterback. You're gonna have to add plays where there's long developing routes and Tua has to go through his progressions. Like,
hey,
I agree with that, but we also got to remember though, and even I think it was on Big Phillies and Color and I were talking about it, is The lack of utilization of the tight end in the passing game is fucking head scratching. Like,
you know what?
you finally start to run the ball, right? You start having success running the ball. Well, what is one of the main benefits of running the ball is tight ends in play action sets.
I can't believe I haven't brought that up, man. That's one of my gripes. That's one of my gripes about McDaniel.
We
He
talked
does
about
not
that
know how
too.
to. He doesn't know how to incorporate the tight end. He doesn't know how to do it. He fucked up Gesicki.
That's not necessarily true because it was brought up in an interview before or after one of the games. I think after Smythe had a good game or something, and he said that's the next phase and involved more.
Okay, well maybe I'm wrong.
The
overall product.
Hold on, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
He came back. Go ahead, Green Rat.
It is okay.
No, that's just what was said. That was like phase 3 of this offense. So we'll see.
Okay.
So essentially, he's trying to insinuate that he's just now getting to installing a tight end.
For the most part, yes, that's what I got out of it.
I mean,
my god!
So
I mean, you would think that you have at least a package with a few of those plays.
Well, he did. I mean, they got Smythe involved in the one game. I think it's kind of more of a
put it all together.
He was so concerned the last part of the season that the old deal about being able to run the football in December and stuff, he got completely away from what we do. And I am going to say it one last time, and I'm never bringing it up again. Tua needs to throw the fucking ball. If you guys are wanting to run the ball, then we need to let Tua go. It just plain and simple. Tua needs to throw the ball more than we run the fucking ball. If we're not going to do that, then I say Tua needs to go and good luck to him somewhere else because it's not going to work here unless they get him into the rhythm of the game.
Okay. I mean, I could agree with that. But then it's to the point where, you still want to have a balanced offense. And that's kind of my thing is, I like the run and gun. I like the fucking West Coast offense. Then let's do it.
Yeah.
But even teams like fucking the 49ers, though, who are a pass-heavy team, they're still fucking balanced enough in the run game to make the fucking other team respect them. And that's all I really want.
For the most part. That's my issue with it. But we went and we tried to do so much. The last 2 fucking games, we tried to run clock and run the ball. That's what we attempted to do.
We tried.
Yeah,
that
but
is
you
not
can't
Miami
get
Dolphin football right now. I'm sorry, it just isn't. Maybe next year.
Well, we were talking earlier. So we have we're talking a lot about our past draft picks, which is crazy.
And how far back do we go with the Greer thing? How long have we said that he's in charge of everything?
So, from my understanding, he was not in full charge until Brian Flores' hire, which is why I went back to only those picks. So I can pull them up. Fuck, I should just screenshot them. Then I could just pull them up on the fucking screen for everybody. But
the big kicker to me, the jaw dropper to me, was the fact that we had 19 first and second round picks, and we only hit on 6 of them, which 2 turned out to be good.
Hey, speaking of picks, Bleezy, I talked very highly of Dalton Kincaid after the draft. And he's everything that I thought he would be and more. What do y'all think of the tight end that you're going to have to deal with for the next 7 years?
Not worried about him.
No. Okay.
With the right
I think
defense.
Charles Clay was as good as he was for you
Yep.
guys.
I think
Yeah.
Dawson Knox is better than he is.
No.
The only guy I'm worried
My
about.
boy
that the
from Ole
Bills have-
Miss.
The only guy I'm
All
worried
right.
about that the Bills have is Josh Allen.
There you go, Colin, my guy, telling it like it is. That Winter Soldier J17, that lab-created cyborg from another planet. I hear you, brother. Come on.
All right. So this is
Ship him out with Michael K.
This is the first draft he had was Christian Wilkins, Michael Dieter, AVG, Isaiah Prince, Chandler Cox, and Myles Gaskin. The next year was Tua, Jackson, Noah, Robert Hunt, Rayquan
Myles
Davis.
Gaskin was in the second round.
No, he was in the 7th.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to understand what you're talking about. I couldn't believe how many draft picks. I thought you were saying first and second round picks. Changes my whole understanding of what you're saying.
Well, Green Rat, it's because you don't listen. You don't actively listen.
We did have
I wasn't here, dipshit.
So again, in his first year, he had 2. In his second year, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 8. The next one, 9, 10, 11, 12. Picture with the most recent ones because we're at 12 right now. All right. Now the next one is all right, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, and Liam Eichenberg. So 16. Sorry, not 19. So 16 of those first and second round picks, only 6 were starters for us.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating, man, because as I reflect, CT, you know, there was a couple of years where we were thinking the same thing, but now all of our picks are starting to hit. They're hitting, right? And that's coaching. I mean, I got to give McDermott credit on that front. But,
yeah, and the fucked up part is 6 of those guys that are starters, we're about to possibly lose 2 of them in Christian Wilkins and Robert Hunt.
2 of our best ones. Oh, that's what it was. 2 are about to be gone.
Well, that's because you're about to pay Tua. Everything changes.
No, actually, we're not. We're not paying Tua this offseason. We wanted to. I like the run and gun. I like the fucking West Coast offense. Let's do it.
Is somebody listening to a previous podcast?
No, they're listening to what I said a little bit ago. It's probably fucking Green Rat. He probably recorded it. Because I always fucking tell him I want to run the ball.
What?
Green Rat's keeping receipts.
I was going back right now to see what was said a little bit ago. So I'll be back in a second.
But now I'm curious what we're going to do with the 21 pick and the 55 pick.
Oh, you'll get another cornerback that you won't play.
Corner?
Yeah, that you won't play.
Right.
Yep, pretty much. I mean,
Amicus, if I was, we'll play. What would you do if you were GM? If I was GM, if I was fucking GM, I would take Bo Nix at fucking 21.
Damn right, bro. I would do anything to get Tua's ass up out of there.
And I'm a Tua fan. I like Tua. I never wanted Deshaun Watson and all that shit. I like Tua. And I'm down with him, but you have to develop somebody. Look at Green Bay. Why does every team not take the Green Bay template? Because they fucking nail it. You draft a quarterback when you really don't need one.
Well, here's the thing. Jordan Love is a prime example of what can happen if you just let somebody learn. See, it's instant gratification. People are too impatient.
Aaron Rodgers too.
Yep. Yeah. But Tua, he's going on his 5th year, so there's no excuse for him.
I mean, the fact that his first year was a fucking gimme.
We're talking about Jordan Love, a guy who didn't play, bro. This is the first
No,
year
I
he's
understand.
playing.
I'm giving him all the credit in the world. Like, look, I was one of the fucking proponents. I said, look, he's gonna put it together eventually.
But Trey Lance, Dallas might have something in Trey Lance because all he's done is sit. But you remember the talent he had in college. He's got raw talent. So what do you think he might be doing? Sitting in the lab learning. They're gonna.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say, Trey Lance, if they deal with him right, whoever has him, I think Dallas has him now. If they deal with him right, Trey Lance could be the same thing as Jordan Love, man, because the talent was always there. We saw it.
Jordan Love came out the same draft Tua came out with Tua and Burrow. It was Tua.
And again, we know
Burrow,
that.
And Jordan Love.
Yeah, and we all know, again, okay, to the point where Jordan Love at the end of the season turned it up. But, yeah, he wasn't playing very well at the beginning of the season, and it's almost like, again, with Tua, it's the opposite. Come out, you're freaking balling in the beginning, and then, again, the Miami Dolphins in December, it doesn't matter what the coaching staff is, who the quarterback's been, we just can't fucking win in December and fucking January. We just can't fucking.
Jordan Love, he's a rookie. He's literally a rookie.
Yeah, pretty much because he hadn't played.
And so he was struggling at the beginning of the year, but it's his rookie year. First time playing.
Yeah, but you sat behind Aaron. You sat behind Aaron Rodgers. You don't think that's a huge benefit to him?
It's a huge benefit. That's my point.
That's why we should draft Bo Nix right now. CT, I think I'm getting on that Bo Nix bandwagon at 21.
I mean, look, I'm not opposed to fucking finding a quarterback. I'm not. The thing is how can we at this point? We don't have draft cap you're talking about at pick 21. You're getting whatever's fucking left. And to be honest,
you don't have to move up for both.
We have other fucking needs. We can't fucking. We're still talking about Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt. You're going to bring in a fucking rookie. You're going to bring in a rookie on a shit team because you can't afford to fucking bring anybody back. You're 41 over the cap. Even if you restructure 11 different fucking guys and get rid of 6 different veterans, you're still only like 20 million above the cap.
Well,
you can't fucking sign shit with that.
Well, that's why you got to get Bo Nix. You got him on a rookie deal for many, many years. But check this out. I think, listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. As a Bills fan, I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. This is no BS. I hope y'all give Tua the bag and you give him a 10-year contract. I really do. I don't want y'all to get Bo Nix. Bo Nix, that would benefit y'all, man. Y'all got to get over this Tua thing. I'm telling you. If you want to take the next step, move on from that cat. Get yourself a real quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that to dog Tua. I'm saying that as a backup, man. Put somebody in the system that we could pluck out like Jordan Love when the time comes.
Tua will win you some games, but I'm talking about going to the next level. Y'all want a Super Bowl. Tua's not winning you a Super Bowl. It's not going to happen.
I think the problem
is... The only fucking thing Josh Allen's got you fucking more than 2 is a couple fucking wins in the playoffs. What are you fucking kidding?
When we win the Super Bowl this year, I want me and you to sit down and have a conversation. We're going to talk for 3 hours on this channel, me and you.
Just screenshot. Oh, Sway in the building. What's going on, oh Sway?
For everybody. But
the big kicker to me, the jaw dropper to me was the fact that we had 19 first and second round picks.
Oh, 19 first and second round picks. Who is right again?
Oh, Green Rat. Bring in the receipts.
Receipt is done.
Hey, Green Rat. You gained favor with me just now, bro. I love it. You pulled the receipts, you cashed them in.
Goddamn right I did.
Who you cashing the receipts into? Bleezy or TT?
You.
Me?
You're the one that said that I wasn't fucking listening. Right there. Now, so everything else you have to say the rest of the night don't mean jack shit.
I was assuming CT knew what he was talking about.
Well, like I said, I heard parts of it, and it just I got fucking confused on. I thought 19 picks in the first and second round. Holy!
No, I said that. No, I said that. CT brought it up. It said 19, but it's actually 16. We had 16 first and second round picks, and only 6 of them stuck.
But you said in the first and second round, that's what made everything go off the rails.
Well, that's what it is. 16 first and second round picks.
Let's get Caleb Williams, baby.
Only 6 of them stuck.
Who's Caleb?
16 for
the 10 of them.
That's 16 for all the rounds.
Whoever said get Caleb Williams, you can't move up to the first pick. That's impossible. And that's not going to happen.
If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
yes, we can.
How are you getting up to the first from the 21st?
I don't know.
McDaniel has to suck
Well, you
some
put
cock.
Gaskin in there, and Gaskin obviously wasn't a first and second round, right?
No, I've said he was a 7th round pick, but I wasn't including him in the counting. Bro, I'll text you. I'll text you the link to the website with all the picks.
Well, last year we only had what, 1 or 2?
You didn't have any.
One.
And the year before was 6, so I mean we're almost out of fucking picks. The only year we had a whole bunch was the fucking first year. We had 3 firsts and a second.
Yeah,
so
and
I
then
don't know how
next
that
year,
gets 16.
we had one
The past
first
2 years
and-
we haven't had shit.
Yeah,
right.
It was
so,
those first 2 years after Flores where we had 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks, 3 first round picks, 2 second round picks, 2 second round picks in the year after. Bro,
well, one of those first rounders was taken away.
Jose,
Well,
how
absolutely.
did
Yeah.
it turn out?
Hey, I just know that McDaniel and Greer have to suck some cock to get Caleb Williams.
Oh shit!
There you
I think you're all fucking high as shit. I think we should be getting one of the quarterbacks from Iowa.
I'm sure CT will
Oh, yeah.
volunteer.
Jose, how was the brisket?
The brisket? It was
Just kidding,
what
CT. I
brisket?
love
The
you.
one from Christmas?
Yeah,
Say it
I
again.
gave you that recipe.
Oh, well, I actually ended up buying it from a friend, dude. He ended up doing it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay. Nice try. All right, back to the Phins.
But
Who
yeah,
are people
no,
in the
man. I mean, look, man, I'm not opposed to getting another quarterback. My thing is I'm concerned about not even necessarily a new quarterback. That would be great. But unfortunately, we're in the position where we might have to rebuild this entire fucking thing.
We don't have the
because-
luxury. Exactly. We don't have the luxury of taking Bo Nix at 21.
In Greer we trust.
Fuck
I
it.
mean,
Too many other
dude,
spots
we're gonna
to
sit
fill.
here even unrealistically, and I think it was Big Philly did 11 different restructures on Spotrac and get rid of 6 veterans, and it still only fucking got us like $20 million.
Well, how are you paying Tua? What are you doing? 5th year? 5th year?
We're paying him on the 5th year. Yeah, he's
Well-
at 25.5 or something like that.
That's not going to make the Hawaiian assassin very happy.
No, I mean, from what we've heard,
could be a
is
problem.
he's
It could
doing
be
the
a
same shit. I don't think it is. It's the same shit Christian Wilkins and AVG did, coming out, bawling in a quote unquote, you pay me, I'm betting on myself. And, because again, Tua's had an offer on the table, an extension offer for quite some time. So is Christian Wilkins since last offseason.
Pay that man his money. He got you to the playoffs. He almost won you the division. Come on now.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I have to come back. Okay, Mr. fucking dick sucker. Let's go back to if Jacksonville would have won and we beat the Bills, would you be blowing up your fucking team right now?
What, if, bro?
I'm just
Are we
asking.
really? If
We're talking a couple games changed the whole landscape of what you're talking about right now.
even somebody that blames the refs for every single call, it's beneath you to use the
Who was
word
that?
if.
Who is that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the greatest Miami Dolphin fan because I don't trash all my players. I apologize. I'll just get out of here.
You're certainly not the most objective.
I'm sorry.
See you later, bro.
But anyway, yeah, it just comes to the point where, you know, look, Tua's made significant strides. But again, are we going to put ourselves in the position, even if we wanted to extend him, other than Stephen Ross writing a fucking, $150 million check? That shit's going on the cap, and we're already 41 over the cap, and that's with him making 25.5. If we extend him and pay him 40 to $45 million, we're adding on another 20 million. Now we're 61 in the fucking hole, and all those restructures and all those guys going away that would have given us 20 million. Now we're back to zero.
Yeah, that's rough.
In your draft class, how are you going to fucking try to get veterans to fill these holes when you got 35 fucking free agents? 26 of them, were active roster.
I know.
Needs, man.
I know how, CP. You trade Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, we probably should.
I'm not opposed to it.
That would not hurt my feelings, man.
No, not at all.
You give Tua the 5th year and trade Tyreek, and then you can kind of just, because you got draft picks now, right? You're right. You got draft picks. Check this out. We have a problem too when it comes to the cap. But here's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to move off Von Miller and save a lot of that money past the guaranteed, right? And then we're going to move off of Diggs, and we're going to take the best wide receiver available in the first round. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's my thing is, but again, if Tua doesn't fucking ball out, yeah, I want an insurance policy, but to what extent are you willing to spend a first? Why not, a second? Then we're in.
Jose, what are you picking at 21 this year for the Phins? What?
Caleb. He already said Caleb.
What's up? Oh,
He's going to be there at 21, though.
I mean, I don't know. If we trade Tyreek, we might be able to trade up and get him.
Look, I think that we have to move on from Tua. As much as I love Tua, dude, he just doesn't have arm strength.
Yeah.
Throw from his back foot. You see it in Stroud and you see it in Love. All those fucking badass throws that they made under pressure. Tua can't do that shit. He struggles under pressure, throws a ball away, he panics. You need someone that if the line breaks down, which is going to happen every now and then, to make plays. And Tua is just not that guy, dude. Everything has to go like smoothly for Tua to execute.
Yes.
And that's not going to happen every fucking game. And so, yeah, dude, we have to move on from Tua, dude. I'm sorry. I love the guy. He's a great dude. I wish him the best, but he's just not the answer, bro.
Josue is right, man. Josue is telling the truth.
I mean, it seems that way. It's kind of hard to stick with him. But at the same time,
you have to put the personal feelings aside, and it's a business decision. Like, what's good for the franchise? It's not him, dude. I'm sorry, but it's just, he's a really likable guy, really, really nice guy and stuff. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, he's not.
See, I don't even care about the personal attachment. It's where in the fuck are we going to get draft picks? Where in the fuck, even if you wanted to sign a veteran, where are you going to fucking get money? You trade him away. Okay.
How are we going to fill these other positions?
$5 million, but then, okay, you say you get enough to go get a Caleb Williams or a Bo Nix or whoever, but now you can't afford to pay Christian Wilkins. You can't afford to pay Robert Hunt. Your starting center is fucking a free agent. Your other starting, your left guard. Starting left guard was fucking is a free agent. Jerome Baker, one of your starting outside linebackers, you're already missing 5 other outside linebackers. You're about to lose X because you're not bringing X back at $17 million a year. But even if we cut him, even if we cut him, we still have like 10 million in freaking dead money on it. Even if you post June 1st him, you still got to pay like $4 or $5 million of dead cap for him. You got Teron Armstead, your starting left tackle, who's debating retirement. And even if he fucking retires, you still got 10 million dead cap on the books for him because of his guaranteed money over this upcoming season. So what, you save $7 million by him retiring?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you have no money to replace none of this shit.
I mean,
none of it.
If you put it like that from the outside looking in,
yeah.
I mean, we're on the verge of being a total shit show. Legit.
Or a fucking complete rebuild, which is probably, unfortunately, Chris Greer needs his walking papers if that's what happens, because you went out and you put us in a fucked financial cap spot and all this bullshit with no trade, no draft picks, no nothing. And now you can't afford to pay everybody. This team's going to be ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in the NFL today where you need to have either a complete team with 7 all-pros like the 49ers, or you got to have that dude at quarterback.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem is, you can get away with some of these things, and for the most part, we did. I mean, obviously, losing our starting right guard or our left guard, then fucking losing Connor Williams, then losing Robert Hunt. Teron Armstead only played, 4 or 5 games this year? It's like, come on, man. I mean,
if you
at what point does this team put it all together?
Hey, at least Tua played every game. He played every game.
Yeah, that's a positive. If you look at all the teams left in the AFC in the playoffs and the NFC, really,
look at the quarterbacks.
Look at the quarterbacks, man. They all have upper echelon, well above average quarterbacks.
Yep. Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Allen, and Stroud, and all 4 of them are trucks, man. They're not trailers. They're trucks.
Same with the NFC, too, really, if I remember right. They all have good quarterbacks, man, like above average fucking dogs.
I haven't really watched enough of CJ Stroud. I know his stats, but I haven't watched enough of his actual games.
He's legit.
Me neither.
But
I've
seen him. I saw him his very last game, and I was pretty freaking impressed, man.
Bro, he's been doing that all year, and let me tell you, man, he did not look like this at Ohio State. Something clicked, and he's the real deal. He has it all. He has the pocket presence. He has the touch. He has the he can drive the football. He has the footwork. He's got the poise under pressure. The cat has got it all.
Yep, he's right.
Yeah,
I gotta watch him more because, like I said, I don't watch every fucking game. I ain't got time for that bullshit. But
nah, he's good, TT. He's really good. Bro.
Yeah,
he's good.
He makes some throws that you're just like, wow.
Yeah, he's above average for sure, and he's a fucking rookie, dude. He's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're like Garrett fucking Kohu and you hit the fucking rookie wall of death. You go from a fucking badass starting fucking slot corner and then fucking I don't know what the fuck happened.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans beat the Ravens. I'm serious. It can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, after watching Tampa Bay spank the Eagles, bro, anything can fucking happen.
Well, the Eagles, that's a weird situation. But can you imagine the Bills beating the Chiefs, the Texans beating the Ravens, and the Bills hosting the AFC Championship?
Damn, I'll be sick.
That's what Amicus is hoping for. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be much closer than we think in that Baltimore-Houston game. But I would think, especially from my understanding of Baltimore's defense and the way they've been playing the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to be a close game. But I don't know about that one.
If we beat the Chiefs, will you then say that you believe this is the Bills' year? They're going all the way?
Nah, you know what, dude? I think the Bills are gonna get to the conference championship, and even if they win and they go to the Super Bowl, I think they're gonna lose.
To who?
Probably the 49ers.
Nah, there's nobody in the NFC that can touch the Bills.
Uh-oh.
I don't know,
Helium
man. The
coming.
49ers are a pretty complete team.
Yeah, but they have a quarterback problem, and it will show on the biggest stage.
Yeah, but ever since y'all lost Milano, everything changed for y'all's defense.
Our defense might be better. I mean, our defense is killing it.
They're inconsistent though, dude. So they'll play good and then they play kind of like mediocre.
We're the third best defense in the league.
Right now they're playing good, but after lost Milano, they played really bad.
How much do you love Joe Brady right now?
My God. Hey, okay, I'm glad you brought that up, Leezy, because when me and Mikey had our little debates about King Dorsey, I mean, where's my receipts? Where's Mikey at? Get him up here. Didn't I tell y'all to fire Dorsey? Dorsey was the issue, and I was right. I was right. I've been saying it for 2 years.
Y'all should have kept Dorsey. I like Dorsey. I like Dorsey.
Fucking OC, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Give me my credit. I've been saying fire Dorsey for 2 years. I said the league caught up to him. He wasn't ready for the position. I mean, his offensive schemes were horrible. Allen had to do so much, and now look at our offense. It's easy. You know why? They're utilizing Cook. We have a run game. They're mixing it up well. They're utilizing Josh Allen to his strengths. I mean, the offense is clicking.
That is true. Y'all running the ball way more now.
Way more.
Yeah. But the thing is it's also that not asking, Josh Allen to stay in the pocket. The fact that apparently this Joe Brady lets him fucking run and shit, whereas Dorsey was trying to force him to be a pocket passer.
Well, guess what else Brady does? You notice Stephon Diggs, his and he's not happy about it, but oh well. His production has dwindled in the past 10 games since Dorsey was fired. Because Joe Brady realized that, look, if you force the ball to this one diva guy, that's not how you win games. Now they're doubling Stephon, and the ball's going to everybody else. Khalil Shakir looks like an all-pro. Dalton Kincaid looks like Kelsey. I mean, that's all the Brady effect.
Yep. But I guess, the same argument can be made again. If it's a offensive coordinator issue in that sense, then are you saying that maybe the Dolphins need a new offensive coordinator?
No, y'all don't. The Bills don't have a quarterback problem. The Dolphins do.
Okay.
Now we have both.
Quarterback and a coaching problem. And I think it's more of a coaching problem, man, in my opinion.
Yeah, there was a lot of fucking, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, fucking passing the ball and shit. That's fucking stupid.
I think that Mike McDaniel is a bona fide genius and that he got every ounce of everything that you can get out of a limited quarterback like Tua. And I think y'all are going to see that one day. I think you're going to see that the reason this team really did what they did with Tua is because of Mike McDaniel. And I hope y'all appreciate what you're seeing because he's great. Maybe he has some time management issues, but the guy knows how to scheme offensively.
Yeah, but the problem is he doesn't know how to play call. That's his fucking issue. Is like we've talked about, it's second and short, 3rd and short, and we're going to fucking throw the ball when you were a run game coordinator in San Fran and you say you want to stick to the run game, but on 2nd and 3rd and short, you're not running the fucking ball.
Well, does he play? Does he call the plays?
I think so. Yeah, he does.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought.
No, He can design plays like a motherfucker. He just
I know
can't
he
call them.
designs them, but I didn't think he called them during the game.
Think about it.
He
Hey, think
calls
about
his-
this. So McDaniel's sitting on the sideline with a fucking play sheet in his hand, and the plays are running. So it's 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 8. So he's got to process what's going on the field. This is why we get so many delaying games.
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely.
And then they're trying to
We talked
process
about it.
what's going on and call a fucking play. That's stupid, man.
Yeah, see, hey, Bleezy, you brought up a great point because McDermott calls the plays for defense, right? But guess what? You don't have to really manage the clock as much on defense.
Yeah, you don't have to give a fuck on defense. It's fucking go after him or sit back a little bit, dude. Totally
and the thing, and we've said this so many times and we've talked about it, is the communication issues, quote unquote, with Tua. Now, and this is something that we talked about on Monday's show. The false starts and all this shit happen when Mike McDaniel fucking decides to call a play with 20 seconds on the fucking play clock, and there's no time. He wants to run all these motions and bullshit once he gets to the line, but because he waited so long, because he had to fucking pick what he's gonna fucking do while processing everything else, that he doesn't get the fucking play in, and then the fucking fans want to blame the players or whatever. Oh, it was a miscommunication. Yeah, because they didn't have time to get up to the line and make adjustments because Mike McDaniel fucking waited too long.
They're all sitting around wondering what the fuck's going on.
And it's like, dude, and it's also his like we were talking about Amicus. It's almost like the situational awareness, right? Like he's so smart that he fucking outsmarts himself. And I have a clip of this because I've done it on another show. Mike McDaniel's like, all right, it's 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. All right, well, they think I'm going to run the ball, so I'm going to pass the ball, but they're going to think that I'm going to pass the ball, so I'm going to run the ball, but then they're going to think that I run the ball, so I'm going to pass it. Like, bro, just run the fucking football, you stupid fuck.
I mentioned something similar to that on this podcast a couple of days ago. You weren't here, though. And it was something that an analyst had said on TV. I forget who it was. But they were basically saying that the problem with the Dolphins is that there's so much motions going on and all the trickery and everything and the overthinking, that when it gets down to, me and Greenrag got in a big argument on this because he was saying y'all did great on 3rd down. And I'm like, you were 0 for 7 on 3rd down before the 4th quarter. You didn't do good against the Chiefs. And the point of the analyst was that he was saying the Dolphins have a hard time just like getting a couple of yards. Like when it's 3rd and 3, you just go and get the yards. Just hand the ball off and get the yards. And that's the reason he said that is because of what you just said. You're overthinking play calling and all this gadget shit that sometimes you just have to pin your ears back and get 3 yards.
Yeah, and I think that's where having an OC calling plays, letting Mike McDaniel, okay, it's 4th down. You want to make a play call for 4th down or whatever, that's fine. But the normal flow of the game, again, there are times, and I agree with Green Rat in his sentiment that, again, Tua is a rhythm quarterback. You run the fucking ball so much that you only allow him certain fucking attempts in the game, and then you're asking him to come in and be perfect on those fucking throws.
But you have to run the ball. I mean, listen. You can't sit there and have Tua throw the ball 45 times a game. You can't.
I mean, he did it his first fucking 2 years when Brian Flores was the fucking coach.
Haven't you noticed, like, y'all, you started off hot, and then the league caught up to you. Like, these guys get paid on the defensive side of the ball, man. These defensive coaches are good.
That's what I was saying.
Never in the NFL, you're never going to have more than 3 or 4 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah, but the whole point, and like I said, though, that's part of my issue with Mike McDaniel in this whole situation is, that eventually they're going to catch up. And we've talked about it, multiple different designs where Green Rat was talking about, Mike McDaniel. Essentially, we've talked about why he's not using the tight end more. He, essentially wasted Gesicki. But Durham Smythe has always been a freaking great tight end. He's not a huge Gesicki show catch kind of guy. He's all right, you've ran the ball enough that you fucking fake the outside zone, you vacate the backers, and you have your tight end up the fucking seam. Why is McDaniel in only 2 fucking games this year targeted Smythe with actual attempts more than 5-6 times?
Tight end. He did down there.
Where's the fucking tight end position? And that's where I've talked about all year. People go, oh, well, 2 of this and 2 of that. Yeah, when his check down is a cross body in the flat versus, hey, let me scheme out the tight end to be his fucking his check down and use what we've done in the running game.
The tight end. I don't think Mike McDaniel, and this is an assumption, I don't think Mike McDaniel knows how to coach the tight end position. Look at fucking Mike Gesicki. How the fuck did he not ball out? That was something I was looking for his first year. I was like, oh, Gesicki's about to pop off. He fucking did nothing.
Yeah. And that, to the degree that, I wanted to run the ball more. But, that doesn't mean that you split, 4 wide. You got fucking Mike Gesicki as a fucking possession receiver, which is, again, what we've been missing in this offense. A guy with size and who's a possession guy. Yep. And you would have had that in the slot. You got Waddle and Hill on one side, and you got freaking A-Chain lined up out of the backfield with freaking Gesicki split out wide.
Man.
It would be fucking unstoppable, but we didn't see none of that shit. We saw him stick Gesicki at a blocking tight end and actually tried to have him block, and he sucked donkey dick at it. And then once in a while, he would have 1 or 2 catches in a game, and that's it. He'd have 1 or 2 targets an entire game.
I've brought up this stat before. That year, which was last year, year before this past, Gesicki had 52 targets. Tyreek had 177.
Exactly.
Did y'all notice that
somewhere in the middle?
Did y'all notice that Tyreek's production went downhill significantly towards the end of the year? And y'all lost. So I mean, teams figured out how to put him in a box.
Nah, he was in, bro. He had a high ankle sprain. He was out for 2 weeks.
He had that house fire, man.
He was dropped. Oh my god! He was dropping passes way before the fire happened.
He had kids playing with matches and shit, man. Give him a break.
Also what McDaniel has to do is stop fucking running the ball to shotgun. I don't like that shit. The little tosses.
Oh, in shotgun? Yeah.
I mean, bro. I like them occasionally if the game plan it calls for it. Like if somebody wants to stuff the middle, then go ahead. Run it from shotgun to give you more space. But, bro, you got to be able to run under center and pick up fucking 2nd and 3rd and shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my point, CT. Exactly.
And it's so fucking annoying that it's like, I get it. You want to show off your fancy toys and Tua and Tyreek and Waddle. Great. But when you want to be all this outside run shit, and literally the only 3 run plays we ran the last 2 weeks, the final 2 weeks, were an outside zone, a wham, inside wham, and that stupid counter pitch shit. And it's like, dude, when you run the same plays over and over, they're going to fucking know what you're doing. They're going to be keyed in for it. And then when you have no response, your response to it is, hey, let's throw a bunch of bubble screens.
Bro, the only big play y'all had against the Bills was that pass to Tyreek Hill for a touchdown, and it was a bad pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't watched the replay of it. I've heard that, obviously we were going into the wind at that side of the field, or whether it was a bad pass, I don't know. But still, even in that, you're lucky. But you did nothing passing wise, deep wise, other than that. Literally, it was all fucking bubble screens and runs. And then occasionally we throw in that look switch route, and that's it. Where literally it's the play that Tua overthrew for the interception. You've ran that same fucking play, literally a go to Tyreek, a post to fucking Waddle, and a crosser underneath. And if the slot corner stays with the drag route, he throws it to fucking Waddle or Tyreek, whoever's in that slot doing the post, right over top of the linebackers. You've been running that play for fucking 10 weeks straight.
Well, CT, you don't think that like teams know this? The Bills, right? They take away the middle of the field, and now Tua, you say he can throw outside the numbers, but we didn't see it.
Oh, we have, bro. If you've watched his comeback route,
he can make all the throws, man.
Well, why didn't he do it in the Bills game?
Because we weren't running fucking routes at the fucking sidelines. We were literally the only sideline routes we were fucking doing were out routes.
Well, then that's the coaching issue. That's a McDaniel issue. You can't just keep going to the well when there's no freaking water in it.
Exactly. That's my whole point. That's what frustrates me. Is, bro, when you run 50 other plays or 40 other plays and a vulnerable third down or something like that, you want to pull that rabbit out of your fucking hat, that's great. But you can't run that play fucking 8 times a game. You can't.
I'm gonna go back and find the clip. I'm gonna have to fucking, because it's been ringing in my head, man. With my college team, Ole Miss, when we hired Lane Kiffin as our head coach, and in my opinion, he can fucking coach. But when we hired him, the initial press conference, and I'll go find the clip and I'll clip it. They asked him, they said, Lane, are you going to be calling the plays? He said, no. He said, I'm going to have an offensive coordinator calling the plays so I can manage the game. He said, I'm going to be more focused on managing the game, period. Because everybody was wondering if he was going to be calling the plays or not. And they asked him the question. He said, no, I'm going to have an offensive coordinator calling the plays so I can manage the game. And I was like, fuck yeah.
That's what happens, like, when narcissists become head coaches. There's a little bit of genius there, right? That's hard to do, man, because you don't think anybody else is capable. You're the smartest guy in the room, and it just is what it is.
See, and I agree with that to an extent, but also at the same time, it's the bro. Like we bitched about his challenge calls. He's won like 2 his last 2 fucking years. Like, I don't know whoever the replay guy is, whoever's upstairs, but that motherfucker needs to be fired too, because he's fucking obviously blind as fucking a bat or stupid as fuck, one or the other. I mean, just blatant fucking missed fucking, like, dude, it's an obvious catch and you're going to throw it. Or, it's an obvious drop and it is a catch and you won't throw it. It's like, bro, who's fucking watching this shit?
Probably McDaniel.
Josue,
I mean, I don't. He might. Fuck. That's why. Might be why the fucking play calls in late. He was too busy watching the fucking replay.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, man. Some of the shit gets infuriating, and it's like, we've talked about the 2-minute fucking going into half shit, clock management, like. All these things that, dude, if you weren't calling plays, you can fucking manage, no problem.
I'm gonna clip that fucking clip of Lane Kiffin saying that.
I'm like, dude, you can look up at the scoreboard and watch the fucking replay because you're not worried about calling the next fucking play. You can fucking worry about calling a fucking timeout because you're not worried about calculating game time and making a all at the same time.
How are you going to evaluate the defense when you're sitting there on the sideline trying to process all that so you can call a play on the sideline, from the sideline?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to do. I mean, you're right. And he's shown on multiple occasions he can't do it. The play's going late. Which, listen, I don't even understand really, because the headset's cut off at 15 seconds, right? So you can't even hear the play after that. Well, so some of this has to be on the players. Like, you got to know the situation.
And I get that, but to the degree of we
Green
don't.
Rat. Come up, Green Rat. Pull up.
Come on, Green Rat. No,
Pull
the
up, Green Rat.
down to is, bro, you sit here and you want all these checks at the line, this quote unquote communication issues we've had, where this guy thinks, okay, based on the leverage, Tua is correct in knowing that if the guy's playing inside leverage and I want you to run an out route and he throws the out route, but the guy fucking runs a streak. Well, when you're fucking rushing to the fucking line and you don't have time to make those adjustments, do those motions and shit, everything, the whole process is hurried up, and then we end up taking a fucking timeout.
Green Rat, did you change your panties? You got out of your feelings? You all right now?
Let me tell you something, Mrs. Josh Allen. You need to quit sucking dick and quit fucking lying to people. People get tired of it. But anyhow, I came back up to address this whole 19, 16 fucking first and second round picks. That's just not true.
Oh, he's calling you out, CT.
It's more like 10.
No, he's calling out. He's calling out Omar Kelly, but I don't got a problem with that. Go for it.
If I cut out, let me know because I'm flipping between screens on my phone. Can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
2019, we had one first round pick, Christian Wilkins. In 2020, that's when we had our big fucking year of players. Tua, Austin Jackson, Noah's not here, Robert Hunt, Rayquan Davis, all still playing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at 6.
Yep.
2021,
starters.
we had Waddle, Phillips, and Holland and Eichenberg.
So that's another 4. That's 9.
2022, we didn't have any. 2023, only second round pick was Cam Smith.
So 10.
Right, and everyone's, let's see, who isn't playing?
Channing Tindall, obviously
Hunter
Noah.
Long.
Rayquan Davis is a backup. Hunter Long. Liam Eichenberg was a backup.
Whoever we drafted last year, other than A-Chain, has been shit.
Oh, Izu Kama, Easy E's another fucking bust. I think he was 3rd round though. But still, I mean, bro, it's bad. Cameron Good. I mean, all these guys literally the only starters that we had were Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt, Javon Holland, Tua, and
CT,
Waddle.
we were talking first and second round players. All except for Noah and Cam Smith. The rest are still here playing because you guys brought up Dieter, but Dieter was a 3rd round pick. But those aren't first and second round picks.
No, I understand that. I'm saying
that's what the conversation was about. That's what Lazy said.
I did say that.
So why are we bitching when our first and second rounds are hitting? Because usually you grade a GM on if half of their picks are even on the team.
But the thing is again, just because you're on the team, Eichenberg's not a starter. I'm sorry, but the comment from Omar was there was so many fucking first and second round picks and so many starters, and the starters were 6, and we were going to lose 2 in Robert Hunt and Christian Wilkins.
And it only gets up to 17 if you go all the way back to fucking Howard and fucking Tunsil in first and second round. So it's a lot. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I mean, take it up with Omar.
You can't start throwing these names if we're talking first and second round. We can't be fucking throwing Gaskin and Dieter and all those guys in there because it's not the truth. So now you have everybody else hearing it, and then they start spreading it, and then we have to listen to that crap forever. It's just not true.
Well, that's true.
Well, that's why I didn't know if it was true or not, and I tried to bring up the fucking past draft things to fucking look at them.
And I just read them off to you. Andrew Van Ginkel was not a second or second round, first or second. He was third or fourth.
Yeah,
so
hold
that,
on.
when I just saw him up there, that's not right either.
All right, so Christian Wilkins, that's one. He's a starter. Rayquan Davis, he's not a starter, but that's two. You got
that
Robert
depends. He's started games this year. It all depends on what defense we're gonna run if he's in there on the first play. You could say that about fucking half the fucking team.
Okay, so do you think
Jalen Waddle wasn't a starter last game?
So
he wasn't up for the first play, right?
Okay,
so Waddle's
you're
not a starter, right? So
Rayquan
there's one.
Davis is freaking better than fucking Zach Seiler and Christian Wilkins. You're ridiculous. I'm sorry. And on top of that, you got Robert Hunt. So that's what
is here, but he wasn't starting all year, so I guess he doesn't count either.
Oh my God, he was the penciled in fucking starter. The dude got injured. So be it.
Well, was it Rayquan Davis the starter at the beginning of the year?
So again, we're gonna sit here and say a guy like Lester Cotton or fucking Robert Jones is now a better fucking player than Robert Hunt because he started.
I never said anything like that. I'm just saying you were taking first round players that were here, weren't here, and all that shit. I'm just saying his first and second round picks are,
and I'm trying to do that.
Most of them are here, minus Noah, and your boy Cam Smith is the only one that ain't seeing the field hardly. And at least Noah did see the field.
Oh shit! Noah is better than Cam Smith.
Fucking right.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe
Cam didn't play all year, and Dallas wanted Noah, so that makes sense.
I mean, he hasn't done shit other than, one special teams touchdown and some special teams work, which
that's more than what I saw on Cam Smith this year.
Yeah, I'm aware. But again, that's where I was trying to go through each one. So again, we can get the actual numbers right. And again, I understand your point of yes, they're here, but that doesn't mean that, again, they're top quality starting talent. Now, again, did they make starts due to injury? Yes. But does that mean that because they started a game that now, okay, they're a first and second round pick, which the whole point was you're at first and second round picks. You're supposed to get immediate starters who have significant roles in your fucking team. And
Liam Eichenberg did in the first couple of years. So did Austin Jackson. So did Rayquan Davis. So did Christian Wilkins.
Now, did each of them play well? Now, Christian Wilkins did.
Wilkins did. Davis, I don't think so the most of the years, but he played pretty good this year.
And I understand that. That's the same argument.
Him one of our starters.
Or Austin Jackson.
Austin Jackson played really well this year. Liam, fair. I mean, he fucking held down the snapping responsibilities at a position he had never played. So I would believe his stock is trending up, even though it was like a very low stock at the beginning of the year. But I mean, he's still playing very important snaps and stuff. So pretty much we're looking at who's a bust and who isn't.
What are you guys talking about?
What it do, Spidey?
They're imploding. I'm sitting here smoking my finest tobacco. Listen, it's great. Keep going.
I can't wait till the Chiefs whoop your fucking ass, bro.
Come on, Spidey.
He'll crawl back into his little fucking hole and hide there for until they start winning again next year. Then he'll crawl back out.
Yep.
Like you did. Well, you did.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. There's that active listening again. I'm agreeing with you. Yes.
I believe that was a little sarcasm in your voice.
No, it was genuine.
By the way, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing
Hope you're
great,
doing good.
brother. How are you doing?
So
I'm
anyhow,
doing good, man.
Spider-Man, pretty much what the conversation was. It started at like 19 first and second round players that Greer has drafted that all suck. That's pretty much where we're at.
Oh, this is a,
That,
oh, you,
that,
you
that's
guys,
pretty much where we're
you
at.
guys are bashing
And
Greer.
now we just figured out it's only like a 10 or 11 that it was actually in the first and second round. And only one or two players. Noah's not here. Cam didn't really play. And the rest of them take a whole lot of snaps for the Miami Dolphins right now. So,
Oh man,
I'm just
Green
saying.
Rat undressed that.
you guys, you guys are feeding the bill. You guys are feeding the.
Hey, the whole
Never
thing
mind.
is he's trying to say that Liam Eichenberg is on the level of, say,
He's trending up.
Oh my God, no. Okay,
Real great lineman from the Miami Dolphins, Richmond Webb, says his stock is trending up.
Yeah, as a swing guard tackle.
He got better, but
yeah, as a fucking backup, he deserves to be
Yeah.
a fucking
Take your
backup.
guys' word
As a
over
starter,
Richmond
he's fucking
Webb.
terrible. As
I'm
a
just
starter,
saying.
he's fucking terrible. I need
And again,
I need you to.
Didn't
the
Dieter
same-
start somewhere this year too?
I'm a start draft season. I'm starting draft season. I already got my mock draft
Leaders are
started.
I'm
third
trying to
round.
figure out who we're taking at 21.
I have a
round.
question. I
Stop
have a
putting
question
out
for
that
Spidey.
information,
Yes,
Green
sir.
Rat.
Fire away.
Well, because you haven't been on the panel tonight, so I'm curious because this is good. Instead of like complaining about the epic collapse, you're moving on and you're like, how can we get better? So, what would you do at this point when it comes to Tua, Tyreek Hill, the cap, and the draft? Would you take Bo Nix at 21?
Oh man. Whoo. Oh man. Woo. If he's there at 21, I'm tempted. I ain't gonna lie. I am tempted at either Michael Penix or Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix, man. I mean, I like his talent, but again, is he gonna be an upgrade over Tua? I don't know, but his physical traits are intriguing, bro. I do like Bo Nix.
Bo Nix at 21.
I believe we'll be trading that pick for more picks.
I don't like Nick.
Due to the point that we won't be getting some of our defensive ends back or outside linebackers.
Yeah, that's great, Green Rat. Trade your first round pick and get a couple more second round picks so you can not play them guys for a whole year again.
Well, that's true. But Fangio shouldn't have no excuse if he picks them. So
look at Bo Nix's.
I'm just saying we're not going to have a bunch of players due to injury back.
CT, let me ask you. CT, so what would you do at 21?
See, I can't answer that until you can assume or make a prediction about what happens in the cap situation, because I mean, dude, even if it was like Big Philly said, it was 11 guys and cut 6 or something like that on Spo Track, he went from negative 41 million to like 20 million in positive. But you can't bring back Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt, and all these other guys. So are you going to trade somebody away? Are you going to get rid of, say, a Tyreek or, a Javon Holland or a Deshaun? Well, nobody really. Deshaun Elliott's a free agent.
I'd send Holland down their fucking road.
Be careful saying things that somebody else says. Green Rat's going to fact check you.
Goddamn right. I'm not the liar around here.
He will call you out.
Yeah. Green Rat's a little bit of a fact checker. That is true.
Green Rat's just being with Amicus because he was talking that Josh Allen was going to win and all this stuff. So anyway, so the whole point is so if you're in a bad situation where you're not going to be able to sign anybody, are we going to say even with the other needs, especially at outside linebacker, with all the injuries, not getting guys back, until week 8, week 10, if not
Yeah.
longer.
This draft is not that great with linebackers, I would say. I think there's only one guy from Clemson
Trotter.
that's worth drafting. Trotter, yeah.
Is he a true middle?
Jeremiah Trotter?
Side.
I think he's in. I think he's inside.
I think he is inside, kind of.
Yeah. There's no.
But that's
other
the
guy
thing
with
in the system nowadays, man.
This draft is tight and heavy, though.
There's
I like
no
but the small Dick Fangio like that linebacker.
This dude Sanders from Texas is good too. I like that from tight end.
But like DN wise, like pass rusher, edge wise, are there not any good picks out there? Because here's my thought.
I wonder if Trotter could play D end.
But if you I'm more referring to like a true end in the fact that then you can fucking trade Bradley Chubb away. Fuck it.
CT, one question: would you resign Christian Wilkins?
I would love to, but I don't think with $20 million in fucking cap space that you're going to be able to afford to bring Wilkins back, let alone anybody else.
Irv, I'd say no. And I've been the biggest Christian Wilkins fan.
It sure did sound like Greer wants to, though.
To me, it sounds like if you saw the final speech he gave at the end of the episode for Hard Knocks, he sounds like he's at it. And I think
I was only going by the one that he had just the other day with Mike McDaniel.
Oh, but I was gonna say before you go, Bleezy. I was just gonna say that when Chris Greer had his press conference, they mentioned that I think that he had a modest offer out there that they felt they made an offer to Christian Wilkins that even his camp thought was fair as well, but they decided to kind of like bet on themselves, and Christian Wilkins exceeded kind of their expectations, and
he did.
He put his money where his mouth is, and he pretty much said that that he deserves to be a free agent and kind of test the waters there. So for me, when he said that, it kind of sounded to me like he's gonna.
But that's not how Greer actually put it. He said that
something like that, something to that effect.
That what it sounded like to me is that he still wants him to come here. But
but what I'm saying,
but
you
I
could
think
say it in the.
He earned more from where they offered him.
But what I'm saying in the sense,
20. I think in their head he just made 22 or something.
Yeah, but I'm saying it in the sense, I think they're gonna let him test free agency to see what his market is out there, and then if let's say if he gets a couple offers, he'll probably give the Dolphins an opportunity to match it, to see if the value matches what they're willing to pay for. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're just gonna let him walk. What I mean is just I think they're just gonna let him test free agency. Yeah, that could be another option too. Yeah, they could tag him.
But there goes the entire fucking $20 million in cap space.
Well, that cap space thing is not exactly. I know it's numbers on the spreadsheet type deal, but remember where the Saints came from on how much they owed, and they didn't get rid of everybody, and they were fucking under the cap when they needed to be. So, I mean. Shit can be restructured
but you're gonna have to restructure.
Stop showing off them guns.
Every fucking person on the team.
Well, CT, we fucking went in on this year, and what the short of what happened is we just got too fucking injured to do what we do, and we came.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Those are BB guns.
Those are creatine.
Get you some of that, Green Rat.
But yeah,
I think that Tua, if they do end up giving him an extension, it would help give the Dolphins some cap relief because they'll be able to. I don't maybe not like rescind the 5th-year option, but maybe it'll create like somewhere between $20 million in cap space, and it gives them sort of like cap flexibility because they'd be able to move the money around in like different years. Yeah, and then they can they can have it essentially like an out on his third year
Right,
if
and then if
anything
they
happens.
sign Waddle right now, this year's gonna be cheap. The year after is gonna fucking be a fucking bear. But
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta repay Waddle,
we'll be fine
Javon
next year.
Holland.
Phillips.
I don't know. I think Holland might be broke.
You think what? You think Holland walks out?
Well, I think he's fucking. I don't know if he'll ever be the same.
Bro, if we lose Deshaun Elliott, and if
Both
he walks,
fucking. What
I
was
would
his injury?
love
CT?
to add Cam Kitchens from Miami. Oh my God, he's a star. He can play that star role. He's good in the box. He can rush the quarterback. He's good in pass coverage. He's really good in run support. He's an all around safety. He's a first round talent for sure. Like I like Cam Kitchens, and he's from the U. So
Well, I guess all I'm saying is Holland screwed up both of his fucking knees.
The better university
never
than
gonna be the same.
The Gamecocks, South Carolina.
You said Holland's both of his knees are messed up,
right?
Yeah, he sprained both of his MCLs.
So do you think maybe he'll never be the same player?
Is he
I mean,
he looked like shit that one game when he came back. He looked like shit.
I mean, he is playing with sprained MCLs, bro. They take CT. I would say they need like 4 to 6 weeks to heal, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and the thing is it can be less serious enough that it doesn't need 4 to 6 weeks, but it does take a while for you to get your fucking bearings back and to trust things. You'll try not to cut in certain ways if it's painful, and it makes you not as efficient. It's the same shit we saw with Brandon Jones the first 2 weeks he came back from the Achilles. He didn't play all that well. Then all of a sudden he's fucking flying around the field making plays all over the fucking place.
It's just an observation. I don't know. Like I said, he hasn't been overwhelming the last 2 years to me, but
yeah, he had that one really good year, him and X, and then I don't know, kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he was not great again in that second year, bro. He was like one of the worst rated safeties in the league in that year, in the second year.
So I'm just saying, I don't know. It's
This year he was the highest graded safety. Yeah, this year he was PFF's number 1 graded safety. So I don't know. I'll be willing to move off from him and draft Cam Kitchens, bro. Like I said, bro, the guy's a first round talent. He can do everything that Javon Holland does. Like I'm telling you, bro, I watched this kid play. So
I think kind of CT said it. I think our problem is we got to know.
You know what? And because you could take that money that you could
have to fall.
You could take that money that you could potentially extend Deshaun Elliott. You could draft Cam Kitchens with the first pick, or the second round pick if he does fall in the second round, and you could re-sign Deshaun Elliott to a respectable deal, and you got yourself a nice safety duo there.
Yeah, but I
gotta
don't
get
know
rid of Brandon Jones. Fuck Brandon Jones. He's gone for me. Fuck Brandon Jones. Because he's not, like I said, he's just he's not good in coverage. He's good at blitzing. He's solid in run support, but like, bro, he sucks at tackling in open space. He takes a lot of bad angles, arm tackles and shit.
I don't know, man. I think he's pretty reliable in the tackling department. And if I remember correctly, Green Rat brought it up on Monday's show about missed tackle, or I don't know who it was. Somebody was bringing up missed tackles. And Brandon Jones he was in the middle of the pack. But the problem is with all the outside rushers out, the dude can't fucking cover to save his ass. That's fine.
Exactly.
But use him as a fucking DN until you get one of these guys back, because he's good at blitzing. He's good in the run game. And if you do, if you want to be in Fangio, he fits Fangio's system perfectly. Because if you want to throw him out into coverage as a DN, he's much better than an actual fucking DN.
I mean, I guess
what's his face that came in, Melvin Ingram.
I mean, I guess in simulated pressure situations, I guess you can use them that way, but I don't know.
I mean, you ain't gonna have shit on the outside, so where are we gonna get money to start sending some?
That's exactly my point in all of it. That
damn, you don't even have Cameron Good, bro. You lost Austin. You lost Cameron Good. You lost Andrew Van Ginkel. Now you probably won't get Brandon Jones
and Jalen Phillips. All fucking 4 of them.
I know, man.
That's why this draft. That's why I said that maybe we'll trade out to get a couple more because our defense is hurting unless some guys come back early.
You can say that about D tackle, DM, corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you lose Christian Wilkins. You only got Zyler, and you got to re-sign Rayquan Davis.
Oh no! I mean, he's a good run defender, bro. I like him when they're using him in that bear front, but
I would let him go, to be honest. But
yeah, I don't like him either.
I would let him go too, but if you're losing Christian Wilkins, you still got to bring in somebody to pair with fucking Zyler.
No, we were talking Rayquan Davis, weren't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But if Christian Wilkins leaves and we don't re-sign Rayquan Davis, then you got to find somebody to fucking fill in that spot.
I think in the back of my mind, I think Wilkins will be here. So either on a tag or they'll get him a contract.
I think it's better for the Dolphins. I think it would be better for the Dolphins if they just sign him to a contract extension because that's a big cap hit for 2024 if they do franchise tag him.
It's 20 or 22 million, which is exactly how much we possibly. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, I think the thing that's tricky though, that when it comes to signing Christian Wilkins is that you're probably gonna have to choose either Robert Hunt or Christian Wilkins, or there's the possibility that you can let both of them go. But
and
that's not smart either.
Here, that's what Omar was bringing up is, the starters or whatever, and then two of these starters are about to be out the door, if not more, because we're talking about Connor Williams. Isaiah Wynn started at fucking left guard at the beginning of the season. Like, you're literally losing. And then if Armstead retires, there's 4 out of your fucking 5 guys on O-line gone. You're literally going to be running it back with Eichenberg, Lester Cotton, fucking Robert Jones, Kendall Lamb is a free agent.
I think Lamb is a fine replacement for Armstead for 1 year.
Yeah, we got to draft the tag. We have so many options to draft in the first round, bro. I don't even know where to fucking start.
Again, right. And do we, use that pick to get multiple, or maybe we trade somebody to get a first? I don't know.
I like the idea that CT had is I mean, I don't know if I'm going to catch flack for this, but trade Bradley Chubb. I love Bradley Chubb. I like Bradley Chubb. I thought
really
we should have
came
gotten
on this year. At the end.
That's the thing, bro. And he showed up when Jalen Phillips was I felt like he really stepped up, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like hard for me to try to trade him, bro, because he's still in his prime, bro. He's still like 26, 27 years old.
Okay, well then you gotta trade or get rid of the fucking get some money here because Tyreek and Bradley Chubb are both fucking making more money than Tua, and you're about to pay Tua fucking $40 million. You can't have 3 $40 million fucking guys on your team. You just can't.
And you're paying Tyreek $36 million this year, bro. And then
That's
next year it gets to 56, but he's gonna have to probably restructure that year. But anyways, I don't know, bro. You're gonna have to make a trade and get some picks back, bro, because this team needs to retool. This roster needs retooling, bro. You need a lot of positions to fill.
With draft picks, no nothing.
Yep. I would be open to trading
quarterback.
Yeah, questions at quarterback. But CT, did you entertain Amicus, or you think we don't have enough draft picks for that? Whatever. Would you entertain Amicus's suggestion if Bo Nix or Michael Penix, one of those quarterbacks, come in the?
I'm not opposed to it. But again, what are we going to do money wise? Are we going to try to extend Tua for a 3-year extension, maybe an out after the second year? Are you going to get him cheap? Again, am I opposed to running it back? Not necessarily, because again, we can all say all this shit, but look at all the injuries to the offensive line and the fucking linebacking core
and the wide receivers, bro. I mean, bro.
We had running back injuries earlier in the year. We lost Devon A-Chain for how long? We lost fucking Jeff Wilson Jr. We lost Mostert. Look, this is where I said at the beginning of the fucking show, this whole team needs to fucking be able to put the shit together. It's, 1 week the offense is balling, the defense sucks. The next week the defense is balling.
That's unsustainable.
Yeah, and it's like you pay all these overpriced guys. Yeah, you went all in. But there's a drawback to going all in, a la the Rams. Yeah, you go all in and you win, but then you got to tear your team apart. And we're in the situation we didn't even fucking win.
Would you guys
rebuild?
Would you trade? Would you trade Jalen Waddle?
No,
I would like not.
No, meaning I wouldn't either. Some people suggested
Tyreek.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Adam Beasley said that. I think he suggested that maybe one of them, because he wrote an article saying that when both of them are on the field, and this is weird because when both of them were on the field in 2022, the offense was absolutely efficient. But when either one were on the field, the offense did better than when Hill was on the offense did better than when both of them were on the field. And I know this is kind of skewed in this, and there's only like small sample size, but the offense was also efficient with Waddle, without Hill in that game too. So I don't know. I don't want to touch Waddle or Hill. I think that's the focal point.
It pretty much said it was about the same, no matter who was out there. Either one of the two by themselves, it was similar. I think Tyreek averaged 1 more yard.
Oh yeah, that's right. That it was not much of a difference. It was like maybe a yard or less. Yeah. That's what. You're right.
Just think of how many bombs Tyreek took with Tua, and truly, I'd like to see the yardage on the quarterbacks for the year minus all yak. I think that would be.
Yeah, I got to read that article. I just saw it on another show, so I don't.
I mean, that's kind of our mojo right now. We have Mike McDaniel, we have Tua, we have Chris Greer, we have Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's what we're rolling with.
I guess that's why the bashing of our owner, our GM, Tua, that stuff. That's what we're going into next year with. People just have to accept it.
Right.
That's the way it's going to be. So let's talk about like we kind of are doing, what we can do to make the team better when we know of some of the players that's going to be here.
I think Kurt Warner, and I think, like I said, the guy I mentioned before an hour ago, like Bobby Peters. I think that a lot of people want to put the onus on Tua and his, quote unquote limitations and whatever. He's a one read spot thrower, blah, 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 blah. But that's not necessarily the case. I think it's more, they pointed out that the offense, I mentioned that, I broke it down, whatever, that the offense needs to evolve. It's too gimmicky, I would say. It's too focused on getting guys on these open down the middle in these tight windows, running to spots. Like it involves a lot of like Tua like those slide dropbacks or like those little 3-step dropbacks, get the ball quick out of your hands, having guys run to their spots, and Tua throwing with anticipation and accuracy on those timing routes. And
what I'm hoping is that once the line gets fixed, some of that stuff goes away.
Yeah, exactly. And if you could fix the offensive line.
I don't have a crystal ball to know it's going to happen. So
that's a coaching cliche, by the way.
Right.
No, but I was just saying that, I think the offensive line, you're going to have to fix it because all that get the ball quick out of your hands stuff, it limits what you can do on the offense because you're not letting routes develop, and you need longer routes to develop on the field, So I don't know. I mean,
thing we talked about earlier is putting it all together, right? We've sat here and we've talked ad nauseum about Tua can throw outside the numbers. Tua can throw deep. Tua can throw over the middle. Fuck, he was known as check down Tua fucking the entire first year. So it's like, okay, so now all of a sudden you're saying he can't check the ball down. He can't throw outside the numbers. All he can do is throw over the middle and deep. And it's like, no. The thing is when is a coach going to put all of it together?
Exactly. And I, like I said, bro, I think that's because you're limiting what Tua could do, right? Because all this, spot throwing, with the receivers getting to those spots and running timing routes, and Tua throwing to certain windows that are closing very rapidly, with quick anticipation and accuracy and all that stuff. It's very easy for defenses to game plan against you and take that away. Like you need Tua to evolve eventually as a more of a pure drop back passer. Get him used to, on 5-7 step drops. He has to get better at reading the field, going through his progressions and just taking what the defense gives him. I think that's the next step in his development. And of course, I think he's got to get more off his spot and not just sit in the pocket. Maybe get off his spot, look for lanes in between the A and B gaps to try to extend plays, kind of like the Joe Burrow method. And I think he's gonna have to adapt to more of an ability to scramble if he has open grass, if he. Maybe go outside the pocket and use his legs to make plays. And he's shown he can do it, right? Step up in the pocket.
Last game, he broke out. I mean, that needs to be an option.
And step up in the pocket and try to maybe throw off platform a little bit. And he's shown that against Carolina. He's shown that against the Patriots. He can do all these things. And I think that's going to be the focus for him in the offseason to get better. Because I still think Tua is a good a really good quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He still has a ceiling.
Exactly.
All this other, and right now, bro, there's not really a realistic option to replace Tua. Who are you going to replace Tua with?
That's been unproven quarterback all along.
Right. There's not really a quarterback in the draft that's a clear upgrade over Tua. Even Caleb Williams and Drake May are question marks.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix and Michael Penix. They're not necessarily clear upgrades over Tua either. I've heard people suggest Justin Fields and Kyler Murray. Who else was the other quarterback? What was it? Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, and even Mason Rudolph. And bro, when I heard these conversations of possible, guys to replace Tua, as possible options to replace Tua, I had to stay away from social media. I'm like, you know what? This shit's getting stupid.
Are you kidding me?
It's just getting really dumb, bro. So I had to go. I was talking to one of my friends on Twitter, his name is Spliff, and we were just talking about what Kurt Warner was breaking down, what he was discussing with other people on Twitter, that and Bobby Peters and of course, who's the other dude from ESPN, the GM, the guy that we want to hire as a GM, forget his name.
I don't know.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The black guy.
Yeah. So I think so the point they were just making is just that this offense just needs to evolve. It needs to be tweaked.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
With Tua and stuff, he has audibled. We know this. And he does, when he sees a certain coverage that he thinks he can go deep to Tyreek, he does it. Do you think that he needs the ability to audible more? And do you think that's something that's going to happen this next year?
I think so, but because of all the motioning at the snap, because they do a lot of snap with maybe 3 seconds left, and he has to wait for all the motions to stop, and he doesn't really have time to audible because he got to take a pre-snap check of the defense. He's got to make sure guys are in position. He's got to make sure all the guys do the proper motions and stuff, and you don't have the time to do those audibles. And it's an offense that's based on timing and rhythm. So the windows close quickly within a matter of a second or two. So he has to make sure that those routes develop quickly and the receivers get to their spots, and he has to throw quick before the receivers come out of their break. And that's that's basically the whole scope of his offense.
Using less motion?
Yes. Less motion, and if you with less motion, maybe you could give Tua time to audible and stuff. And I think just having Tua just drop back. I think less play action, less RPO, and just drop back.
Enough of these fake handoffs that aren't doing jack shit.
Right. Because
Banners. Fucking piss
all that stuff.
Off, you son of a
all that stuff. Yeah, I think less play action, less the gimmicky motions, less all that RPO, shotgun fakes, those pitches to the behind the back, all that shit has got to stop. Even though I like the play actions, I'm not saying to get rid of it. The RPOs, you can still keep it, but you got to tone it down. Tone it down to RPOs. No more half field progressions with the slant wheel, flat play, or the seam slider rail RPOs or anything. You got to have receivers. You got to have receivers run long developing routes and Tua go through his progressions. He's got to get better at that. And I think if he could work on that and work on the off script stuff, I think he'll be fine, bro. I think Tua, we've seen him play at his best, right? We've seen him dominate against the Chargers and dominate against the Ravens, and the way he played from the pocket, doing that very same thing, going through his progressions against the Lions. Bro, I mean, two of those touchdowns, he hit Waddle and then Gesicki on his third or fourth read. So I'm not worried about Tua. It's just like I said, beef up the offensive line, in front. I would like to see an athletic C-threat tight end added to this defense.
What do you want to? What are you thinking about going at 21? I'm sorry to interrupt. 21
for me. Okay, it depends on Armstead, right? If he does indeed retire, I would go tackle in the first round.
Tackle.
Yes, yeah. Or if he does stay, I would go.
No, I like that first round tackle. I hadn't even thought.
Yeah. Even guard, bro. Because
for fucking Grew to fuck up.
or in the second round, you could go tight end, but I don't know how far Bowers will fall or Sanders will fall. I don't know. But I like this tight end class. But I think on the first,
is that the guy from Texas?
Wait a minute.
Sanders.
Austin Jackson's a Greer fucking first round pick.
Yep.
I know.
Tell him Green Rat. Tell him Green Rat.
And until this year, he played physically better, but he still had a fucking issue with fucking mental processing and holding. So, sorry, the fucking false starts and the fucking holding cost us, just like Teron Armstead did, just like fucking Liam Eichenberg did.
He's an Austin Jackson hater.
Yes, he is. I know that. I know he is. And
I can't wait. For just like Jerome Baker not to get re-signed. Can't wait.
Well, that just opens up another hole.
Jackson, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jerome. What's his face?
Jerome Baker.
God dang. Jerome Baker. My God.
Jerry Baker.
No, I'm done. I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings with Jerome Baker.
So do I.
I've always liked Jerome Baker, man. I've always.
Yeah,
I like
improved,
the guy.
Man.
I think he's a fucking good kid.
Look, I was all on board, especially in the first 2 years when Brian Flores had him out covering in the flats where he could use sideline to sideline speed. It was great. then him turning into an inside linebacker full time, like his missed tackles, getting caught up in the wash and run plays, like I'm sorry. I would rather have a true inside linebacker, which again is why I was asking before, you guys who watch college, a good linebacker, but you said there aren't very many good ones. And so
there is a cheap free agent from a middle. He's an inside linebacker. He plays for Carolina. I think his name was Tavau, if I remember correctly. And he's good. He's good. He's cheap. He plays inside. He's a middle linebacker. Plays inside.
Is he injury prone too? That'd be a Greer pick, baby.
Oh shit!
Hey, but it worked out for Dave. Hey, but it worked out for him with David Long, right?
We're not supposed to be bashing the GM and management.
But that's a nice fucking joking bash. See, you have to know how to do it. You can't just say that fucking idiot Chris Greer. That just doesn't work.
You can't just say 19.
Right? You make it as a joke with a little truth in it.
Okay. Hey, I love you boys. I got to get the fuck out of here. Lisa, you want to keep running it or?
Well, no, we can go ahead and wrap it up, I guess, man. I think that's
we're almost up to 3 hours, and I'm freezing my ass off out here, so I want to take my ass inside.
Wrap it up, Fins up. Hey, I want to this offseason, dude. I feel like our team has it's like we have holes that need to be filled, and it's like, how are we going to fill them, man? I don't know. I feel like there's work to be done. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like with this team.
Hey, CT, I was going to say.
I was doing that for Josue. I wanted everybody to get final thoughts in, but I thought Josue, because he's always talking about measuring dicks and shit, he'd fucking find that funny. But Spidey, go ahead. Final thoughts, brother.
Man, you know how it is, bro. It took me a while to process this loss, man. I mean, 5 years into this rebuild and no playoff victories to show for it was disappointing. Especially how we started. Two straight strong starts in the McDaniel regime, but we couldn't evade the eventual collapses at the end of the season, and that hurt me a lot. But it's going to be an interesting offseason with given all the free agents. I think we have like 15 free agents or some shit like that. We have a lot of free agents. It's going to be fun to see which ones we keep, which one we let go. But I think on this season, I usually start, looking at the potential free agents and stuff, our own, or looking at other teams' free agents and see who could be our fit. But I think I'm going to reverse it this year. I'm just focused on the draft right now, bro. So that's it for me.
All right,
so we'll see what happens. Yep.
Green Rat, go ahead, brother.
I just hope everyone stays kind of positive and stuff. It was a fun year. When most of the analysts say that Miami Dolphins were one of the most exciting teams to watch this year, hang our hat on it, and injuries happen and shit happens. So, Fins up.
All right, Josue, final thoughts.
I think we have to consider replacing Tua, and if we stick with them, we have to really build our line around him because he doesn't have a lot of success when the line breaks down. So, I mean, if we manage to get some good pieces around him as far as the offensive line, if he can have any receivers, he's pretty accurate. He has time; he'll be able to make the throws. So the receivers, to me, that's not really a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of talent in the NFL with receivers. You just don't know who they are because you don't have the quarterbacks throwing them the ball. But I mean, they're in the NFL for a reason. So it's just if we can get a lot of linemen to protect them, have good depth, because injuries are going to happen. I think he should be good, dude. If we don't want to invest in line, I mean, we have no other choice but to replace him with someone that can a mobile quarterback that can able to extend the plays. Because Tua can't do that.
Hmm.
He's not that good at extending plays. So yeah.
All right, here you go, Bleezy.
Yo. No, Josue, you're right about that, bro. But the way I look at it is I think we're locked in, man. I think no matter what the fans I think it's going to be Tua, McDaniel, and Chris Greer working as a trio, man. That's going to be the way it is. I mean, I agree with you, Josue. I said that we should draft Bo Nix at 21. That's my A1 pick. That's my A1 pick right now. But we have so many needs. We don't have the luxury.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury to do that because we need linebacker. We need DN. We need so much other shit. And so it's gonna be hard to move off the Tua right now because we got to fill other.
Well, we can trade Skylar Thompson. I mean, if you ask Pete, he's
Skylar.
That's another
he's
option.
He's worth
I
two or three fucking first rounders.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Green Rat?
No. What did he say?
No, I said that we should trade Tua and fucking start Skylar Thompson and build around him because he's the new franchise quarterback. Get the fuck out of here.
Same one that can't fucking overtake Mike White, who sucked donkey dick this year.
We thought we actually had something in Skyler, but he can't beat out Mike White for number 2. But do you blame that on McDaniel for not evaluating properly? I don't know, dude. We're in the quad.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's just Pete. I think he has a flu in the brain or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. For me, you guys have said it all. I think we've kind of explored fucking so many avenues. We will continue to explore more throughout the off season. Yeah, man, it's a disheartening end of the season. It was fun while it lasted. It sucked to end the way it did. And all you can do is move forward and figure out how we're going to fucking improve for next year. And that's about it, bro. We'll see you guys on the next one. We're going to leave it with our second favorite clip.
Yes, sir.
For the Tiger? Y'all here for that Tiger, huh? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all need to be here for a real one.